Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And I want to welcome you here today to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. It's going to be jam-packed tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, by the way, profit during a recession. This is all about how to make money under any conditions. We're going to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. And today, as you know, it's Money Making Monday for a reason. And welcome. Stop struggling now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Members, subscribers, and everyone else who joins us on the live stream, one thing and one thing clear, it's free to hit the like button. So smash the like button, please. And also during the course of this live stream, if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. And with that said at the beginning, let's talk about if anybody received the YouTube notifications and if you saw the trailer, one or both. Now, let's get into it tonight because you guys know the topic of the hour is Elon Musk buys Twitter. I wonder where you heard this from. Remember last week when I said he has enough money to buy it. He also had enough people that he could have went to BlackRock and the other guys and had the majority in the first place. Remember when I said he's giving an X amount of dollars, and as a shareholder, I want the board to accept there's no poison pill, no nothing. They can't really do anything because they would be fired. It would be an uproar if shareholders didn't get this money. Now, let's get into it and see who's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We have Laverne Penix in the house. He has the icon next to his name. And also, just so you know, around here, he's known as Mr. Cool. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And that icon means he's a member of the channel. And he has a tagline as well. He says, hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. And of course, let's make some money. And that's what we like around here, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about practical reasons and terms and how to make money. That's what we do here. And you don't have to worry about it. You can ask questions down here in the chat room. And we have capable personnel here who are members of the channel, and they can help answer questions along with myself. That's part of the SSN Nation. And look who else is in the house. Obsidian Lion, the code keeper. He's in the house as well tonight with the icon next to his name. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says, I'm here. I'm very happy that you're here once again. Thank you so much. And I'll take that Sultan of Financial Freedom title. I'll take the Czar of Financial Freedom title. Thank you. Obsidian Lion, the code keeper. And Drip Animal Farm Cryptocurrency is in the house as well. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He too has the icon next to his name. And once again, excellent content. Let's go. Well, thank you so much. Hopefully this content will be great tonight. All live streams are great as far as I'm concerned. All right. So thank you so much. Laverne Penix says, I got the notification and the trailer. Okay, let's try and break the record. That's one person. Thank you so much. And Victor Marrero's in the house tonight with the icon next to his name as well. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And I appreciate it. And of course, he has his tagline, ladies and gentlemen. He says, hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we try to do on a Monday evening. Prepare yourselves because you never know. Things could change during the Mondays. Things can change throughout the day. Like earlier today, the stock market was crashing. It was like going down. Then all of a sudden, the plunge protection team showed up. And then all of a sudden, it started going north out of the blue. I guess people stopped selling stocks all of a sudden because Elon bought Twitter. Come on now. I don't know about that, but we'll find out more. Obsidian Line, the code keeper, says, I'm ready to right now. John Legend, the Prime Minister of Financial Freedom. Okay, thank you. I like that as well. Hey, man, I got to start listing these down. And by the way, speaking of lists, make sure you have a pen, pad, and paper because you guys never know when some valuable information can be presented here, not just by me, but we have other people who participate and they help out other people. That is you who's watching the channel. So I thank you so much. I'm ready to go right now. Prime Minister of Financial Freedom. Thank you so much. All right, let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Elon Musk buying Twitter. We're going to get into this first, even though I mentioned it. We talked about this over a week ago when this thing first came out. And just like I said, pretty much that I wish I should take these clips because there was pretty much it's a wrap. He's offering more than the shares. So in fact, I want to go look today because I've been busy in a lab here in SoCal on the SSN Nation road trip. So I just want to go and look at the Twitter because we are going to have to figure out how we could have made money, right? So here's what you're going to see on the screen. Let's just keep it simple. All right. That is the first thing. Elon Musk buys Twitter and will privatize company is what CBS is saying. That's going to be interesting. Plans to make platform better than ever. These are all headlines, of course. What he does in reality could depend on who actually has shares as well. So it's not just as simple as him being able to do whatever the hell he wants to do, but we'll find out how they restructure the company. And he acquires for $44 billion. Now, I am going to go here and look at this situation because I really don't know what happened today. All right. I'm going to go here and see if they give me $54 is what I was looking at. $54. That's a 38% premium. Just what I'm talking about as a shareholder. If the board would have tried to do this poison pill nonsense and trying to issue shares and block it, as a shareholder, you're sitting there going, really? The dude just wakes up one day and is going to give us 38% premium over the stock price. And you're going to do what? Turn it down when you don't even have majority ownership? Come on. That wasn't going to happen. That was unrealistic. So here we are, 38%, just like that. And also, let's get into the stock market because everybody's going to be asking questions later this year. But you here in the SSN Nation, you guys already know what to do, right? Because you already know stocks are going to go down. Real estate's going to go down. All the things that people consider assets are going to go down. So you have moves for all of it. But we got to start getting into making that money. And as you know, one place that allows you to make money is the stock market and crypto. And in real estate, you can make money, but you're going to have to be patient. That is the keys, right? So we all know that. So let me know what you guys think about that Elon Musk buying out Twitter. I mean, it's a social media platform. Does it really matter? I mean, there's tons of social media platforms these days, and who knows, there might be a new one that's going to pop up any day now. So anyhow, let's talk about that. And let's see, got notifications, Drip Out on Farm cryptocurrency. That's 2 people that has received a notification. And by the way, like I said, let's talk about it because this is Money Making Mondays. This, whoever has Twitter, you're loving life right now, right? I believe. Let me go check something real quick. I want to see this last thing, and then we'll get into some other items of note. Hold on a second. There's a couple of things I wanted to do because I don't even know what the stock market ended up doing today, which is also very, very interesting. Let me see what ends the 3-day losing streak. And I guess this will tell us what we want to know. All right. So here we are. Okay. So, wait a minute. What's happening? Oh, futures. Okay, I don't want futures. What actually happened today is what I want to know. Um, they're giving me futures. Why is this? S&P futures. Gold went up. All right, good sign. What's happening, man? This is crazy. All right, maybe I should have just asked you guys what happened in the stock market today. It would have been quicker than what I'm doing right here. CNBC, let's see what they got to say. They're probably going to give me futures as well, right? Because it's no, shouldn't. Yep, futures. Oil, $98, 10-year down. Dow futures down. NASDAQ futures down. Deal to buy Twitter leaves many key questions unanswered. Okay. Again, I'm assuming, but I know the plunge protection team showed up today. I do know that. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Here we go. Now we'll get into it. All right. We have moves, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what happens in the stock market, you always have moves. Look at this. So we have gains today. Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P 500. All right. So remember a week to 2 weeks ago and about 2 months ago, I was talking about the volatility VIXI products for the stock market. Remember, I was talking about that. So don't forget about VIXY, UVXY. All right. Just don't forget about it because they had an up day. Just because these guys are manipulating the markets doesn't mean anything. Okay. Because what goes up must come down. That's just the way things are. All right. Just keep that in mind. The 52-week range is 12,555 to 16,000. They're closer to 12 than they are to 16. All right. So I'm giving you guys, I know I mentioned this before, but look at what this is. This is insane. This is insane. Let me do this. I want to know what happened today. All right. Because this right here, this is crazy. All right. So we're not getting any love on my computer today. Although after that little blackout, what happened on Friday, that was very interesting. A little bug tried to come in and play around. So, but anyhow, we're back to the situation at hand. All right. So here we go. Let's see. I think he is very calculating. He has a reason for it, but I can't see why. Okay, Obsidian Lion, the co-keeper. The thing about Twitter is Twitter can be programmed for what he's been trying to do. Cryptocurrency, which for some reason he keeps spouting Dogcoin. I don't get it, or Dogecoin, whatever you want to call it. So I don't understand that part, but Twitter can do something in the cryptocurrency space. So that is one of the reasons he may be trying to do it and take it private at the same time. All right. So that's one thing to keep in mind. All right. It's green right now. Exactly. Except after hours in the future, two of the markets are red. But that has nothing to do with anything at the moment. Twitter fiasco is propping the market up. Exactly. It's not a fiasco, though. That's the beauty of it. So here's the plunge protection team showing up today and coming out of the blue at looks like 2 p.m. today. They jump on it. All right. And that's funny as hell. But nonetheless, this is just ways to keep their friends all good. But trust me, it has to go down. Manipulating heavy. Exactly. And Victor Morrell says Dow Jones +7, NASDAQ 165, S&P. We still have a long way to go. Meet the 3 January 22 highest. Yeah, and exactly. I don't believe we're going to be back to the highest at this point because they are going to have to raise interest rates. The mortgage lenders are already ahead, raising interest rates well before the Federal Reserve announces. So once again, you guys can get in position, make sure you have your duffel bag of cash ready or have your credit in order where you can buy something when these homes go down in value. There's a reason for homes to go down in value, and that's going to be when sooner or later, if you think this is bad right now at 5% interest rates, What do you think is going to happen when they actually raise it another 1 full point over the course of this year? So if it's 5% now, you can rest assured we're going to be somewhere like 7, 8%, and even a $400,000 or $300,000 home, 90% of Americans won't be able to afford if it reaches 8 or 9% interest. Just letting you know right now. All right. So don't be surprised if I'm going to show you guys, because you got to be prepared, because we deal with what we need to do later. So remember, there's some people that we're talking about, I believe, I don't know exactly. I think it was Obsidian asking about the wholesale. So look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This right here, look at the difference between 3.92, which is 1,400. And then when you move it up to 6.92 is 1980. And now when you get up to 7.92, that's 2185. Now remember, most homes are what? In most places, 4, 5, 600,000, a million. Even if they drop 50%, half of the homes are not, they're just going to drop to 300. And remember, you got to make roughly, you got to cover this with 30% debt to income ratio. So that means you have to make 3 times more than this after you pay your car note, after you pay your credit card bills, after you pay your schooling. You have to make that. So that means you got to be approaching somewhere in the 7,000s and have no car note, have nothing else and all that, to be good to buy a $300,000 house. All right. And look at this. What happens when you get up here at the 8s? Now you're at 2,400. Now you got to be doing 8 G's a month, which means $92,000 a year minimum for household. $100,000 or more if you have a car or credit cards. You might have to pay those all off. So I'm just giving you guys a preview of what's going to happen. I also want to give you something to understand as well. This is going to be very important, ladies and gentlemen, because even though profit during a recession is possible, how to make money, this is how you make money. You are making money before you buy. Just keep that in your head. That's what really you're doing. You're calculating. And I want to point out another thing that most people overlook. Look at this right here. I want to show you something that is very, very important. So when you go, hey, a year from now, when these interest rates could be at around this, and you're saying, I'm going to buy a $300,000 home, right? Because home prices have went down and you're going to go buy. After you pay for 30 years, look at this. $862,000 is what you would have paid. So in 30 years, when somebody says, hey, I bought the house for 300 and it's worth 900, you see how much you've made. Hardly anything in reality, which people overlooked. That's why it is oftentimes overrated to live in the house, especially when there's high interest rates. So just keep this in mind. And 8.9, it could get there. I'm just saying. It could get even higher and nastier than this. And never mind this thing about a 40-year note. Look at what happens when you extend it to 40 years. Hell yeah, they want to give you 40-year loans, because then you paid 1.1 for only what is that? $200 less payment? Yeah, $23.97, and then it turns into $22.96. It's only $100 less, but 10 years more, and you end up paying damn near $200,000 more because of the interest on 8.92%. All right, just giving you guys an idea. So I'm going to drop down to something like this, 6.92, and you see here you're still going to be paying $500,000+ when you include interest for a 40-year mortgage. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the product that's coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, there is something that you're going to have to keep in mind, and I'm going to say this also. Here's the thing. Some people, they back out of buying a home because of what I just illustrated to you, right? But check this out. Traditionally, if things went according to history, but we don't know for sure, but traditionally what's going to happen is When that, in 2 to 3 years later, the government, they're tired of the recession, they're tired of the downturn, then they're going to say, we're going to reduce interest rates. All right. So keep this in mind. This is not a permanent for 40 years or 30 years or even 15 years. They're going to reduce the interest rates. So we're going to be right back to what they did the last 7 years. They're going to reduce it to where it's going to be below, because that's going to spur people buying homes, which also means that increases the value of homes. So they'll create another bubble, right? Because most people that are wealthy hold real estate. All right. That helps the middleman. That helps the ordinary citizens as well. But the more money you have, the more real estate you're going to own. So if you owned 4 pieces of property and each piece of property went up 50%, that beats owning 1 property and that going up 50%. You follow what I'm saying? You have more asset value and wealth value. So these are the things that you have to keep in mind, right? So think about it. Here's the counter. You're going to have to be patient if you decide to buy a home under these scenarios, 8.9, 7.9, 6.9, whatever. You will, 3 to 4 years, the interest rates will start coming down. When it comes down, it will be below what your interest rate is now. And what do? You refi, which now means you drop your interest rate. And remember this, because who knows where I'll be in 3 years. Remember, you want to make sure that your loan does not have a poison pill in it, so to speak. I'll use the Elon Musk situation. You don't have that poison pill where they say, you know what, if you refi before the 20 years or 30-year loan, we want 5 points. We want 5 points of the refi amount. So that could be 15,000. That could be 20,000. That could be 30,000 because you refied your loan before it was 30 years. So make sure when you refi that you take out the poison pill where there's no points. All right. That's the first thing that you're going to do. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, because you're going to be making money either way. So you just got to be prepared if you decide to buy a home at these high interest rates. Just paying attention is all you need to do. Obsidian Lion says maybe, Eric. No, there's no maybe. Yeah, I mean, there could be maybe, but I think they're going to do it. He's going to do some Twitter and try to mess around with crypto. All right. So how to make some money? That's one way to make money. Here we go. Victor Morrell says the word in the streets is that some people have started walking away from contracts due to interest rate hikes. There you go. Get your cash duffel bag ready. There will be a shark fest. Exactly. This is it exactly, ladies and gentlemen. It's already happening. We've talked about this all last week. The financial situation with real estate, it's already happening. In fact, check this out. I'll just pull it up. Foreclosure rate in USA 2022, let's say. All right. That's a 70% increase. U.S. properties through completed foreclosure in February 2022, 70% increase from last year. Though it's still down 45% from last month, but so what? 70%, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what they're reporting. Okay, never mind what they're not reporting. These rates that the government reports, they always are lower, so people won't panic. But what you need to know is it's already 176% year over year. This is why they're using 70% from last year. They're not going to give you year over year, which is actually approaching 200%. That's just for starters. We haven't even kicked in interest rates that are outrageous, meaning 7 or 8%, and your house value has gone down. Wait till home values start decreasing. And just what Marrero's saying, people are going to walk away. It's that simple. Just think of it this way, ladies and gentlemen. If you owe $700,000 and your house is worth $300,000 and you're paying $3,000 a month, what are you going to do? Some people just say sayonara. All right. Mr. De La Cruz is in the house. Good evening, everyone, he says. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And I appreciate you being here once again, and very, very nice to see you. And oh, by the way, we're 25 minutes in. How to make money? Smash that like button. Stand by, because that's one way to make money. Because on any investment, I don't care if it's a stock market, real estate market, it does not matter. All investments, you already have figured out before you invest how you're going to make profits. And that is your whole key whenever you're making investments. Now, again, when you buy a house, is that an investment? I will argue that it's not if you live in it, but it is what it is. All right. Now, I would always say you want to have rental properties where people live in it, and then you can rent to them, and then you get the profit. That is a more a better scenario. Okay. That means it is making money while you sleep, which we're an advocate about because we need passive income 2022 here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Obsidian line, huh? So the rate hikes, will there be chaos? Yes, there's going to be chaos. Or will we just adapt to the pain? No, Obsidian line, the Crow Keeper, it's going to be chaos. There's going to be people walking away from their mortgages. Some people, believe it or not, have adjustable rate mortgages. That's right. Adjustable rate mortgages. So now their home value has increased. Their loan is still the same, but they used to have a 3.92% loan. Some people have caps where you can only raise it up 1% a year. But those people that have a 3.92, I'll use the Google, they're going to have an interest rate of 4.92 when the year comes up, their annual date comes up, because it's going to be below the 5% rate. And then the following year, it's going to be 6.92. So I'm just letting you know, this is the thing that's going to come up. And that pain means you have an opportunity to get yourself in the door on something. And there's also going to be a reversal. We'll stick with real estate because you can make some money in this environment when prices are going down. These are the times when you can actually do some other type of deals where people are saying, okay, look, my house used to be 500. It dropped down to 250. You can actually go to them and do in-house deals at this point, because you can say, hey, I'll give you 300, but in 2 or 3 years or something, you can do these, these type of deals where I'm going to pay for it right now if you sign this contract, but I'll pay that later. Or some people will walk away. Again, you make the deal that makes sense for you. You don't really care what the person's doing. You got to insult people, unfortunately, in this. So you're going to walk to somebody, they're going to go, yeah, I bought this house. I have a $500,000 or $400,000 note on it. You can actually take it over if you wanted to, but I don't know why you would, because ultimately you might be at the foreclosure place just like everybody else, because you don't want to overpay for property, right? That's the bottom line. But because of the foreclosures, there's going to be a lot of people that have messed up. Now, the other part that I was getting to was not everybody owes what their property is worth. That is the other part of this equation. Some people are going to owe $250,000 for a house that was previously appraised at 500, but now the property has come back down to 300, 250, and potentially could go below that. Those people will also enter into agreements that are unconventional. So you can actually get property unconventionally during a down cycle. Lock it up under contract, many different ways. We'll get to that when it happens, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. There's always countermeasures to do everything. And unfortunately, there's millions of other people, and not multiple millions, but there's only a handful of other people that would attempt to do these kind of things. And oh, by the way, normally you're going to have to buy a course just for them to tell you half of the story. Here in the No Guru Zone, no courses, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know who saw the trailer, who received a YouTube notification. Please let me know. And also down below, because we have to start businesses, ladies and gentlemen. You can do it. All right. You have the internet. You have a lot of people that's going to be able to be looking for all type of opportunities. So you have to keep that in mind. There are still like 100 million people out of work. There's people looking around right now trying to get some hold of business, try to make money as many different ways. So once again, you have opportunities. And I'm going to speak of one opportunity, which we don't do here. And you know, the funny thing about it is when the economy goes bad during a recession, how do you make money? Well, one way is when you help other people make money. And therein lies where the e-course comes in. Therein lies where these courses come in and webinars come in, because you're promising to help people make money. That's why you have a proliferation of people sitting on YouTube and social media saying, I can help you, and this is why I'm going to charge you this money, and you buy my course. Now, everything pretty much is learnable on the internet for free. That is the power of the internet. It's just that most people want to take a shortcut. There is no shortcut, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you read somebody's book, manuals, or things like that, you still have nuances. You still have to learn it by doing it. It's not just that you can read it and then turn that into making it happen. You have to do it. So keep that in mind. You may not have the same drive. You may not have the same situation with regard to whatever business venture you're doing, because sometimes it takes little different nuances for things to happen, right? So again, it's always a little story time, but I'll tell you, you guys know I did Dish Network. I had a dealership for Dish Network. The reason why I got involved is because my friend actually went to go work for Dish Network corporate office. They called me up and said, hey, you might want to check this out. I was like, what are you talking about? That little 18-inch dish thing? They're like, yeah, but that's not it. You might want to check out how much they're paying people to be a dealer. So then they sent me over the paperwork, but I would have never on my own went down and thought about being a dealer for Dish Network. Let's just get real. When they first came out. So we're talking about late 90s, right? So I never would have thought about that. But when you saw that every time you installed and sold, that it was $300 profits, and you get residual money. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You would get residual money from each customer when they pay their monthly bill for life. Well, it didn't turn out to be for life, but you would receive checks. So one person, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 1,000. You're having $1,000, $1,500 a month coming in for something you've already done. And you're getting like $300 per install. So you guys can start doing the math. If you're able to do 300 installs a year, how about 150? 150 times 300. All right. And then you have residual money coming in. Think about it. It starts adding up. And not only that, you'll have your own business. So somebody has a problem with their dish. You guys know what I'm talking about. You call up and say, hey, it's under warranty. I need this to be that. Somebody to come out and fix it. Guess what? Being a dealer, you're in the system. They call you up and say, hey, we have a service call. Do you want to go out? There goes like another $200 to $250 because you showed up to fix it. You know what fixing means? There's only cable wires and like 2 electronic things. Replace one, or there's not enough signal strength coming through, put a booster in. Pretty much that's it. I mean, there's not many things that can go wrong, right? But you're getting $200 to $350 just for going out there. And if it's something simpler than that, then you're getting $200, $350 for showing up and doing something that took you 15 minutes to fix. This is the type of things that happen, and it falls in your lap. So all I'm trying to say is you have to keep your mind open. You never know what opportunities arise. All right. Victor Marrero says, I got the YouTube notification and trailer. That's 3 people, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Preach, Prime Minister. Thank you so much. Key Militant, the young gun is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Very happy to see you once again. Does your credit utilization reset after you pay it back and they report it? Not quite. So it all depends. So here's what I'm going to say. If you had one account and you had, let's say, one account, $1,000, you owed $300. That would be 30%. You pay it off to 0, then yes, it resets. You'll have zero debt utilization, and that's a good thing. But here's the thing. If you had two accounts and each account, each $1,000 limit had a $300 balance, that's 30% still. But if you paid off one and that went to zero, but the other one was still had a $300 balance, then you're down to 15% debt utilization, which is good, but not quite down under 5 or 7%, which makes it better. So I'm just letting you know. So it all depends. If you have multiple accounts, paying off one doesn't actually stop or change. You're still going to have debt utilization if you have other accounts that have a balance on it. So hopefully I understood what you're saying. All right. Does your credit utilization reset after you pay it back and they report it? Yes, exactly. So the answer to your question is yes. It's that simple. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully we got on the first part about real estate and how to make money with real estate. And it's vast, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't even get into multifamily properties yet. So just letting you know, we didn't get into Airbnb, VRBO, rental stuff either. Haven't gotten into that. But by the way, we do have something that was in the trailer today, SSN Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. There are ways for you to make money. Members also will receive bonus money after they are a member for 6 months after it's official. So it's official starting the 6-month timer, April 2nd of 2022. So in 6 months, members will receive their bonus money in the bonus pool just for being a member, almost like staking damn near. But nonetheless, just letting you guys know. And we are going to also have the Ring of Fire, which means it's group funding. You can start getting into passive income. That's also one of the features of SSN Lifestyle. The link is down below. You can become a member. You don't have to be a member of the Founders Club, but Founder Club is major. That means you get first dibs whenever something comes out. That's what that means. Ring of Fire, fingernails to go. That's first. We're going to have some other things coming out as well. Victor Marrero, stay tuned because, you know, there's people doing 20% in the DR for being management. So that's going to be very interesting. So we're going to talk about that as well. And that's how you can make some more money. And by the way, since we're talking about how to make money, I talk about this all the time on the live streams. Airbnb experiences, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of it. If you don't have property, then use Airbnb experiences for your expertise. Or it doesn't have to be expertise. It could be just for fun, what you like to do for fun and bring other people along or offer it to other people. They'll pay you for joining you on what you normally do for fun in the city. I'm just saying. Eric, what are your thoughts on condo hotels? I love condo hotels. Love, love, love. That's what I've been doing on Airbnb for 10 years. That's what timeshares are. They're condo hotels. And the beauty of condo hotels is they check in with their credit card. That means if they destroy something, they're on the hook because they're still signing the hotel contract and using their credit card. So anything that's busted up, any problems, the hotel goes directly after them. I don't have to worry about it. Housekeeping, built in or used to be built in. So therefore, I don't have to pay for housekeeping either. When they check out, housekeeping is done by the hotel. I love condo hotels. Sign me up. Simple. All right. I was notified on the contract that Blue Tyrannus is a condo hotel. That's interesting. That information was not shared with me until after I reserved. Yeah, that would also indicate that you can be, I would think that means you can back out. The thing though is if it's a condo hotel, generally that means also bad news. Because if they're going to do that, then they normally are going to say, okay, we want you to sign up for this furniture package. So hopefully, let me know if Blue Tyrannus includes the furniture package, because otherwise that could be 30 grand, 35 grand, 40 grand, depending on how big your unit is. And I think you have 2-bedroom units. So I don't like hearing that type of thing. I wish they would have said that up front, because again, who wants to buy going in, let's say 150K, and then all of a sudden you wake up going, hey, it's a condo hotel, and oh, by the way, you got to have a furniture package. It's going to cost you $35,000 more. Nobody would. That's crazy. That's not cool. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, these pre-construction condos starting to make adjustments as well. You know why? When things go up 30%, that means the cost of building 30%, furniture and furnishings 30% more. All of a sudden, you're starting to have these reaches where they say, hey, we got to slow down. We can't just have this individual stuff. So let me know what you're thinking. But again, Mr. De La Cruz, let me know what that means as far as condo hotels. Does that mean they want you to buy the furniture package, which again, they used to be like 25 grand, and seeing how cost of living has increased, that could balloon to 35,000 now added on top. That's not fun. Eric, I put some 2 platforms that appear to be on fuego fire. The BUSD Crops Farmer. Okay, come on. Stop messing with BUSD Crops Farmer and the USDC Crops Farmer. Okay, USDC. It's compounding on steroids. Okay, we're going to have to get into that. I don't know where BUSD Crop Farmers. Yeah, this is starting to get out of hand. This is really, really getting out of hand. Yeah, I got it. Crop Farmers ICO rating, April 20, 2022. They did an ICO? Well, I can't find it, so you're probably going to have to put in the name, dot whatever it is, but it doesn't come up on Google. But let me know what the numbers are. And again, have these just started? Because you know this is the season when prices go down, you're going to have all these crypto companies joining in. And oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, how could I forget? Down below in the description, please make sure there's several things going on here. Drip Network is still 1%. In fact, here, I'm going to talk about it. Drip Network's down below. All right. I was looking up that I'm going to do Drip Network crypto price. So stock market went up today a little bit. That means crypto is going to stay either about the same or go down a little bit because it didn't go up like 1% or anything. So here we are, Drip Network. This is the lowest I've ever seen it, quite frankly, because I never check every day because they're on the Binance network. Okay, so 30.55 could be their lowest since a year over year when they started last, or whenever. I don't know when they started, but this is 30 is pretty. I've never seen it this low. So again, if you're a Drip Network believer, this is pretty low. And there's a link down below to sign up with Drip Network. Joshua Felder made a video on how to buy into the Drip Network, and you need a referral code. You guys already know this, and anybody new here may not know it, but that's how you do it. And we have a link down below for that. And let me see if there's a link down below after. Nope, I don't have my other one. So I'm going to have to do something, do some housekeeping right here, because Drip Animal Farm should have his link associated with this. That means I used an old link down below. So let me see if I have a newer link. This is interesting. No, I don't. That's weird. No. So that means, let me go find his so I can add that link because they have a couple of things. Here we go. Here's the Animal Farm. So I'm going to do, there's an Animal Farm link, and that's for Drip Network cryptocurrency if you want to be referred under that. Also, and that's ROI every day, ladies and gentlemen. So just keep that in mind. And I just added it down below. And what I'll do is, in fact, what I'll do is this. I'm going to put it in the chat because we have some people that are proactive. So I'll do put a link in the chat room as well. So that's Drip Animal. Then we have COTPS, ladies and gentlemen. All right. COTPS. And I'm putting Drip Animal in chat for both because only I can leave a link. So COTPS, which I haven't updated today. But oh, by the way, you guys, I didn't do it on Friday. So that just reminds me today, I'm already logged in. I'm manually compounding. So that's the reason why the $142 did not double. What's happening here? Am I not logged in? Oh, I'm not logged in. Okay. So here we go. So this is how simple it is, right? But there's a new one that came out where you can compound once a day. That's 6% a day. Yeah, you know how this works. There's always people copying. That's just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. See here. So I started March 1st with $142 uploaded. Here it is, April 21st. So it's 1 month and 4 days, and I don't compound 11 times a day. So we're just, it is what it is. So that means it generated what, $116. All right. So that's not bad, right? Now imagine if I would have actually stayed up on it and had the auto script, and it would have doubled. It would have been 284, 290, somewhere in that ballpark. So I'm losing out on a little bit of funds, but that's okay. This is an experiment, right? So the experiment is worked for 30 days. More people are signing up. There's also a link down below because you can refer people to this. And then once you refer people, you can have money. And even though I have money sitting on there, I can refer it and put it into this account and add to it, because you receive commission when another person, and you receive commission of this 3% that they give you as well when you're doing these transactions. All right. So again, COTPS, the link is down below. You can earn 3% to 3.5, 3.6 per day. If you compound 11 times, you will be closer to 3.3. All right. Just letting you know. So once again, once you go below $5 on the right-hand side, then you will notice that. And again, the mobile version looks a lot better than this version. All right. Just plain and simple. Now, once you go under $5 for the wallet balance, it can't do any more it won't do any more transactions. So 2 hours and 15 minutes from now, you can redo this again and create more money from the transactions. It's that simple, not that hard. But again, there's a new one that came out. I'll be talking about that on Wednesday, so don't miss that one. And that also has a referral link as well, and we'll get into that. All right, so keep that in mind. It's going to be money making week. That's what this is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. All right, along with the SSN Nation Road Trip Edition LA. All right, just keep that all in mind. That's what we're doing here. So hopefully you guys are having fun there. All right, let's see here. What are we talking about? So notice that this was too long, and that's a shame. For the Animal Farm, the link is too long, so I'll put it in here separately so that link doesn't work proper. So again, that's Drip Animal Farm's link, so you'll be able to use that. Yeah, I think I might have blown it. I think I did. I think I blew that. That's not right. Oh, hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in here and check something real quick. Oh, that's right. Okay, the Animal Farm. It was right. Okay, so the Animal Farm, it does start off with the link. All right. But anyhow, I had to put that in again. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Mr. De La Cruz, I was going to invest into a condo hotel here in Florida and didn't like the numbers. The DR market may be different, but you need to ask for the numbers in writing. Exactly. 3-bedroom swim up for 179. That's a beautiful deal, actually. That's beautiful. But the question is now, if it's a condo hotel setup, do you need to buy the furniture package? Which for a 3-bedroom, I wouldn't think no less than 35K, and it could top out at around 50K. That could be a problem. All right. Mr. De La Cruz also asked whether or not you can rent it yourself. That's exactly right. And how many times a year can you use it? Exactly. Typically, condo hotel management won't let the owner stay for more than 14 days a year. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. See, I did not even know that because I do condo hotels differently. So this is news to me even. So thank you so much, Victor Marrero, for bringing this up, because this could be a definite deterrent to being in a condo hotel. If they have it set up where you can only use 14 days a year yourself, that's crazy right there. What that also means, though, is if they change it to a condo hotel, you can opt in or opt out if you don't want to get that furniture package, like at what was that, Arco with inside Vistacana. They had it where it was a condo hotel already, and you could not opt out. So that's one of the things you had to consider, right? So again, let me take this off. Let me see if I can delete this, because that's I can't. That's weird. Can't delete it. Damn it. All right, here we go. Fully furnished plus golf cart. Mr. De La Cruz, this is going to be major. Are you telling me it's $179,000 for this 3-bedroom swim up and includes the furnishings and a golf cart? That's a deal. That's one hell of a deal. Condo hotels typically come with all the furniture, including appliances. There we go. Thank you, Victor Marrero. Like I said, I backdoor my way in using the timeshare thing. So therefore, I never bought straight out, which was a condo hotel. So this is good news. So that means the 180 price, you're good. 3-bedroom, sleeps 8. I like it. But again, if you can't stay there 14 days, that's not a good thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. It's Money Making Mondays. And also, let me know if you received a YouTube notification. Let me know if you saw the trailer. Let me know if you're going to smash the like button, if you're going to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, you can get the icon next to your name if you join the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel. All right. And we're getting into real estate. So once again, you guys may not understand what we're talking about with real estate, but we pretty much we've been talking about pre-construction in the Dominican Republic, even in Miami. And the thing is, that turns you into creating passive income, and DRs lift their. Okay, so I went over to Dominican today just to see if there was anything new to report. Passengers from non-traditional destinations will arrive in the Dominican Republic. That's a good sign. Iberojet's alliance with Air Europa will promote flights to Punta Cana. That's a good sign. Key to reactivate tourism will attract participants from 25 countries. That's also a good sign. What's not a good sign? Lockdown in China. Lockdowns can occur in other places because people from China fly to all parts of the world. So if there has been an outbreak, that means they're carrying it with them because their mask mandates in other places aren't in place any longer. That's for starters, for a little protection. And now you may have infected people traveling into areas that previously were infected. So that could end up being a problem. But nonetheless, yeah, Mr. De La Cruz, what's the name of the property? That's Victor Marrero. It's Blue Tyrannus. It's Blue Tyrannus, the one that's oceanfront resort. It goes down. It had villas on the water. It has the beach club, of course, on the water. But it was in Las Tyrannus, and it was called Blue Tyrannus. They made several changes, by the way. I was updated with some changes about that, but I didn't know they were just going to go strictly condo hotel, because that's very interesting. The plans were showing like condos, except for the villas and townhomes near the water. So I don't know how they turned it into a condo hotel concept when all the places were basically condos, townhomes, or villas. And there are a lot, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3 bedrooms. So that's going to be very interesting. Yep, Blue Tyrannus. That's the one. So that is very, very interesting. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Profit during a recession. Now, I want to show you something else. So we're going to go into several different things. Let's go. I spoke about this on Friday, and it had to do with the stock market. So down below, if you want free shares of stock, use the link down below in the description. But look here. So remember, I talked about this on Friday. I talked about this with stock market defense. I found a video from about 2 months ago also. And remember these stocks that go with the stock market. If stock market goes down, this one like UVXY goes up. So notice today that this went up a little bit, okay? Just a little. And notice that since the stock market went up, this went down, and vice versa, right? So when the stock market goes down, like in the last, well, almost 4 days, noticed it went up. So this is what happened. 13.79% in the last 5 days, because last week when it was going down, it started going up the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So you see what happened, right? And then, of course, the 25th. And then all of a sudden, the plunge protection team showed up today. And that's why it started going down later today. All right. So that's pretty simple to understand, right? So this is what we call defense. Now, will the stock market continue to go down? We kind of know it should, but will it? That's the real question. So I just want to keep you guys up to date and let you know you would have been still ahead. Oh, by the way, hold on. Let me check something else too. Let me see this here. 12%, and there's no way to do this one. April, February, March, April. Okay. So, yeah. So either way, you're still going to be in the positives, depending on if you would have bought into this, if not. But this is just another way to put yourself on alert. Now, that's not the only one, because I mentioned another. There's shorts you can do, as I mentioned before. So I'll just show them on the screen, because you never know who's new here. This is high risk. Keep in mind, because this happens in reverse of the stock market. Okay. So VIXY is the other one. Now notice the same little plateau. Notice the same 10% in the last 5 days, 9.6%. So if you believe the stock market is going to go down, you can hedge a little bit with VIXY, UVXY. All right. Or, you can do other stuff too, like SQQQ shorts as well. So again, there's options. If you get in and all of a sudden it's dropping 4%, 3%, 2%, 1% every day for like a week, you can make decent profits in a short period of time. And you could also, if the stock market reverses and goes up, now you're going to have another problem. But anyhow, that's SQQQ over the last 5 days. And this is today with the VIXY. But over the last 5 days, it's all going to look like this, because the stock market in the last 5 days started going down. So that's why these type of stocks would go up if the stock market goes down. Just make sure that you're prepared to pull triggers every now and then. There's nothing wrong with changing up on your portfolio. All right. You need to make adjustments. Nothing stays the same. All right. Just keep that in mind. Now, we are 1 hour in. Please think about smashing the like button. It's free of charge. It helps the YouTube algorithms here. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Now, the SSN Nation road trip continues. LA edition. All right. So we're about to get on the road. There's going to have to be another edition down the road. So you guys never know. I thought I was going to be able to make these videos whenever I feel like it, things like that. But actually, I'm kind of busy because I'm searching for the lost Bitcoin, right? And I'm wasting time trying to find it on a hard drive that basically crashed 10, 12 years ago, and have to go through each file because the search is going to take forever because you can't stop the search, and the search could take 1 day, 2 days, a week, who knows? But in the meantime, got to look through all the files that you could actually visibly see. So that's what's happening with that. So that's slowed down what I anticipated about making these live streams any time of day, but you never know. They might still pop up, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned. All right. We're still doing the LA edition. All right. How to make money. Now, let's get real, ladies and gentlemen. We can sit here and talk about stock market. We can sit here and talk about real estate. We can even talk about gold and silver. In fact, why don't we just go look at gold and silver, right? See, let's go to pull up anybody. SD Bullion. All right. This is a shout out to Yankee Stacking because he did a 4th year of his show that he has. So shout out to him. Now, they don't have prices showing. What the heck? Oh, it's at the top. Okay. I messed up. I didn't see that at the very top. I was looking somewhere else. All right. So gold is still under 2,000. Nothing has changed there, even though inflation is off the chart. Look at that. In fact, it went up +6 today. So this was Jesus under 1900. That's very interesting. All right. So once again, there's gold and silver stackers. So we have to look at this. And inflation has increased 20%, but oddly, gold, silver, and precious metals haven't increased 20% year over year, or 15%, or 30% over the last 2 years, right? Or 40. So this is the problem. This is being manipulated as well. All right. Platinum still doing what platinum does. They all go together, in fact. So again, even if you decided to do this, here's the thing. Your dollar cost average is always increasing if you continue to buy with the price going up, believing in the future that I don't know what you're believing, but if the thing went up 10 times, you still would sell and then turn it back into fiat. So I don't understand the end game other than if you're going to wait till it rises, then sell it to make that profit. I always look at it as profit because you can make money in using many different asset classes. But this one right here is not making me any money as it sits in a box. And I do have gold and silver, by the way, and I always recommend getting a very little bit amount of it. So, but it's sitting in a box and it's not earning me anything, unlike the neighbor's NFT that's generating 6% a day of the coin price, unlike Strong Block that's earning 10% a day of, Stronger that's earning 10% per day from the coin price. At least that's earning something with your money sitting. And that's the whole thing, right? And that's why crypto is very exciting right now. But unfortunately, there's a lot of companies out here that are literally just Ponzi schemes. They're just accepting your money. And unfortunately, the price is going up because it's new and you have thousands of people rushing in and creating demand. So the price jumps up. And then after a day or 3 or 7 days go by, all of a sudden, no demand. So the price starts coming down. And then they're saying, we're going to give you a percentage per day. And then you wonder why the nodes go down or whatever's going down, because you have more people that are in, and now your protocol has to pay out money. All right. That all works. Drip network, 1% daily from whatever you put in the drip network, for instance, right? COTPS is a little different. They're doing transactions based on exchanges, allegedly. We don't know for sure, but that's what they're saying. So therefore, you could earn 3% per day, which means in a month, you double your money. If you're diligent about it, you got to compound every 2 hours and 15 minutes. If you don't, then you'll be like me. You're only going to get about 60% on your money in a month. But nonetheless, here's the other thing. You have a lot of protocols trying to do this. Who knows which is going to work out? Like I have vapor nodes down below. The price of their token is point, and there's probably 5 or 6 zeros in front of it, which is irrelevant because you're using money, but they're giving out 1% a day also. But again, we don't know how they're actually making the money work, so they can pay out 1% per day. So it's all high risk when you get into crypto pretty much, right? So just keep all that in mind. And so it always looks sexy, just like Victor Morero mentioned the BUSD farmers, and he crop farmers, and the USDC crops farmer. Now, they're probably new as well, right? And just like there's another program that pays 6% per day, that's COTPS, that is like COTPS. I meant to have that up and operational today, but then there's a Ruby miner that gives you AVAX. All these are new. We don't know what's going to, if they can even sustain themselves for 6 months, let alone a year. So just keep that all in mind. And the guys that are doing power nodes, shout out to you. We've had conversations, but again, conversations, you try to help people and they think it's FUD when you're trying to give them the cold hard facts, right? Just what I'm saying right now, the cold hard facts is pretty simple. You can have a lot of people join a project. The project price goes up, but what's going to sustain or maintain that price is there has to be demand for whatever it is you're buying, the token you're buying. Once that demand subsides and you don't have any way to give people something that they want to use that token for, then the price is going to come down, no matter how good. Strong block is a perfect example of this. In fact, I want to see what Strong has been doing, right? Because it's generally going with the stock market. Stronger. I don't know if this is going to work, but that can't be. Okay, I see what's happening here. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a Strong price, which I don't know why I should, because this is not relevant at this point. 31. So we're basically should be looking at Stronger, because that's what we're dealing with here. Here we go. Stronger. 63. So it popped up 11% today. All right. Low of 51, back up to 67. All right. So again, remember Strong, you get 10 by 10 coins, you get 10% of the coin price. So $6.30. Let's say if it stays at this price for the rest of the day, for another few hours, whatever. So again, now that's not as sexy as it was if it was $640 a coin price. But remember, they too, after a year, they too ran into where there's a bear market and crypto prices are coming down. They also ran into, they wanted to revamp things a little bit and come out with their own chain. That indecisiveness created, well, it's not indecisiveness from their part, but that created a situation where people didn't know what was going to happen. So after that occurs, the price and demand for getting it starts slowing down. So therefore, price has to go down. And then after they change to this Stronger coin, now all of a sudden people are like, okay, well, is this going to be the same? What's the one-to-one? What's happening? So this all has something to do with prices going down. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. Also, you won't be able to get a traditional finance with a traditional bank. At least that's the case here in Florida. Victor Morero, thank you for mentioning that. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I didn't even realize you are correct, because now that's a whole different animal, condo hotel concept versus owning your condo outright. That's two different things going on. So thank you for mentioning that. So who knows what's going to happen in the DR about that. But now that's another reason to, that's another reason of concern. I have to admit, Mr. De La Cruz says, thank you, Victor Morel. Just wish they were upfront about it. I'm really not sure if I should sign it or just forget about 1,000 I used to reserve. Mr. De La Cruz, I would think you should be able to get that $1,000 back. All right. I don't see why they would hold it if the original contract did not say it was a condo hotel. That means they're in breach of contract in reality. That doesn't mean they're necessarily going to give you your money back, but I would think they would give you your money back. I mean, you got to ask if you're not going to do it. Now, I have to admit, that does bring out alarm bells for me. If that's the case, again, I've never bought a condo hotel per se directly like that. So once again, if that financing challenge is arising because it is a condo hotel, I might have to pull the plug. There's other projects. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a swim up for 180 G's fully furnished. That's a whole nother ball game at this point. But maybe not being able to finance it, I don't know about that. That's not a good thing. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I went back. Let me go down here. Property swim ups. Here we go. Very nice looking project, that Blue Tyrannus. Those swim ups are resort style, pure fuego. Exactly. They are. I mean, it's very nice. I have to admit. That's for sure. That's why I'm like saddened to hear that they would do that, because this project started off with great fanfare. I mean, that's very sad. And what's also sad is I've received information from two different people that emailed me that they said that the beach was also changing some things. I mean, I received some stuff that I can't even confirm. And the guys at the beach, they've been busy, which leads me to believe that they made some changes as well, because somebody said that they weren't going to make the hotel any longer. And I was like, wait a minute, if they don't make the hotel, that takes out restaurants, that takes out a potential pool, that takes out the events room, the salon and spa. I mean, that changes dynamics a little bit. And there's something else that they say that there was a permit issue and they weren't building anymore. And I'm like, hold on. And these guys are having all kind of problems. I'm like, holy smokes, what is going on here? So that is kind of scary, but nothing like if all of a sudden I got this information calling the condo hotel scenario. That wouldn't be cool. That would be like, you got to give me my money back. So I'm going to, I'm looking up, let me see if I have the Blue Tyrannus. Yes, I do. So some people may not understand what we're talking about here. So I'm going to bring up Blue Tyrannus. Let's see. Once it pops, I'll bring it up so people understand what we're talking about. This is in Las Tyrannus. And actually, I might be pronouncing it wrong, as it turns out, which I didn't even realize. I might be pronouncing Las Tyrannus incorrectly. But nonetheless, I am going to show the Blue Tyrannus area. Let's get it up. So some people may not know what we're referring to. So these are pre-construction properties. And the idea is that you get today's price. Okay, where's the PDF? You get today's price 2 years from now, because I think it's going to take 2 years to build this. So is that what's happening here? This isn't, I don't need that. All right, let me see. I have a black screen for some reason. I don't know why I have a black screen. That's, it's, might have a little problem. But we're going to wait around. I'll show it a little bit so then people understand what project we're talking about. And once that shows up, I'll let you know. Here, okay, I think we have it showing up. Let's go. Oh, I took it away from me. That's interesting. All right, here we go. Blue Tyrannus. This is what it looks like. All right. And let me go full screen so you guys can check it out. All right. It goes down to the water. And keep in mind, they've changed a lot of things from this original brochure. All right. Because something about the school may not be there. There's other things going on. But this was the original plan. And you see where these swim ups are all over the place. And down here at the bottom is also, it connects to the ocean. All right. So just keep that in mind. That was the beautiful thing about this. And there's all type of amenities originally. And there's been talk of changes because this was very, very ambitious. I don't know what building Mr. De La Cruz has, but the 3 bedrooms were only in, I think is it the Diamond? But here, this is, like I said, an early on version. It might be the Lorimar, but you can see here, some of these are swim ups. A lot of these are swim ups, quite frankly, and they have different styles. And hopefully you can see on the screen, this is the Lorimar. And again, that looks like 2 bedrooms. So these are 2 bedrooms. So it's not Lorimar. Or is it? Nope, 2 bedroom, unless it's, well, 4, 5th floor, penthouse unit. Safiro looks nice, cool, right? Here's the Safiro. It could be the Safiro, I think. I think there was a Diamond or Safiro, so maybe it's Safiro. So 1, 2, yeah, here's the 3 bedroom Safiro. All right. So he has a swim up. I think it must be the Safiro. Here's the townhouses, which are down by the water, which these are nice. And so I wouldn't imagine they're going to count these as condo hotels, but you never know. But then these are a lot more pricier. All right. So keep that in mind. I don't remember the prices off the top of my head. And never mind, the villas are like $1 million. So you can forget that. They're right by the water. On the water, I guess. So you can forget that. They're like $1 million. So $1 million here in America or $1 million in the DR, they're going to be like $1 million. So anyhow, that's just a short synopsis of what that looks like. And that's, again, that was one of the first brochures. So the newer brochures is better. I haven't uploaded to my computer. So there we go. I found a Facebook group only for property owners at the beach. They said the hotel is no longer going to be there. Exactly. Okay, so that's where they got that information. And that's why when I was talking with Rosa earlier today, she was like, oh no, we're backed up, we're swamped. We got to talk. And so she didn't tell me that that was the situation. I got to go find that Facebook group then. These condos will now be regular apartments, but the amenities should be the same. Okay, well, first of all, I want to know what they're going to do. If there's no hotel, then does that mean there's still going to be a pool there? And does that also mean they were supposed to have, I believe, 3 restaurants within the hotel? They were supposed to have a spa and salon in the hotel, and they were supposed to have an event room in the hotel. All those amenities is a reason why the beach would have been an awesome location, especially for when you have business meetings and things like that. That would be a cool spot. Now if they're saying there's not going to be that, hey, Mr. De La Cruz, please send me a link to that Facebook group. I want to find out about this. Well, maybe that's where these guys were getting this information. Also, that sent me the info. Wow, you can't be serious. Valero Beach Resort. Beach. Let's see. I'm gonna try and find it. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what you guys think. I think I found it, but it's not a group. I just found the beach. So I need the group. So send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com, because that is major. These things are 200. Well, okay. The units there are, the prices went up based on that condo resort being there, the hotel being there, the resorts being there, the restaurants being there. All that had something to do with the appeal If you're taking all that away, then the appeal is only then the actual novelty of the beach and the water, that water that they have, that lagoon, that crystal lagoon. Because I'm looking here as we speak, and it's not a group. So please send me the information to support at Stop Struggling Now for the group for Facebook, if you don't mind. Oh, wait, I found it. Okay, we have something to talk about here. Yeah, it's blocked until you join. So I'm joining. All right. So thank you for letting me know about that. Much appreciated. All right. Much appreciated. I don't even know my password, quite frankly, to Facebook. That's funny. But thank you. Appreciate it. And it's simple enough. So I can get into that Facebook group, and that's cool. So no need to send me the email. I found it. And in fact, here, it's facebook.com/groups and then DT Beach. D as in David, T as in Tom Beach. Groups /DT Beach. So facebook.com/groups /D as in David, T as in Tom, B as in boy for beach, DT Beach. So that gets you to join the group, and you got to get approval or whatever. But thank you for letting me know. Mr. De La Cruz, also, I recommend doing some research of the builder. Also, if these are condo hotels, that means there's a lobby, etc., just like a hotel setup. That is correct. The pool will be there. All the amenities will stay the same. They're just not going to manage it as a hotel. Okay, I don't understand what that means. I mean, what? I don't understand. What I'm trying to say is the reason why I don't understand. Either you have a hotel or you don't. And if you don't have a hotel, then where are you going to put those services that were supposed to be in the hotel? I mean, where are you going to put the 3 restaurants? Where are you going to put the salon? I mean, what are you going to call it? I mean, that would just seem kind of weird if it's not going to be in a structure. So that's what I'm trying to ask. In fact, they're just not going to manage it as a hotel. Oh, you mean as like a check-in location, like at the Cosmopolitan or something, or Vadara or anything like that, like in Vegas. So you're saying there's not going to be a lobby, is what you're saying, which now also means that changes things a little bit because they actually had a management program that they were supposed to have in place. So that is weird. But what are you saying? Are you saying they're still going to have the hotel? But the thing is, the hotel didn't really have it wasn't full with condos. That's why I'm a little bit confused. So what I think you're saying then is they're still building a hotel. It's just not going to be a hotel. And therefore they're still going to have the 3 restaurants. They're still going to have the pool. But that still doesn't answer who's going to be running or managing the place. Somebody's going to be managing the place, except they don't want to have responsibility for the rooms. Is that what it is? That was one of the good selling points, by the way, because you could have actually went into their 30% management pool. Damn. All right. I'll have to think about this and talk about it on Wednesday. Good evening, SSN family. Curtis Davis is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And this is also the man that's known as Mr. Financial. He's also known as Chili Davis. He has his own channel. So therefore, you can go check him out, because I know throughout the day he updated with that Twitter information. I know he updated with the stock market making a U-turn after it went down and started going back up. I know he made some videos. He capitalized on that today. So go check out Chili Davis, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to his channel, because you never know what you might miss, like I missed today. And unfortunately, I'm not getting any notifications of uploads, and I know he's doing uploads. So that's not cool. And he's got his ABMM, ladies and gentlemen, the tagline. Good evening, SSN family. Always be making money. That's his tagline. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you got to do it. Leah Dennis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to the name. And there's a tagline involved. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Once again, the tagline is, good evening, SSN family. I also received my YouTube notification. Thank you. Good to know. But only 4 people today have said they've received a notification. Well below the norm. All right. Since when there was going to be a hotel inside the beach project? I always knew there wasn't going to be one at the beach. Victor Marrero. That is news. The reason why Mr. De La Cruz mentioned it is because originally it was supposed to have a hotel all along. That's the funny part about this. So I don't know, you had other information that there wasn't, but they were promoting it with the management of the hotel running properties around there. And they were always mentioning that the hotel was going to be there. So that's interesting news that you knew already that there wasn't going to be a hotel. But just like the Facebook group announced that there wasn't going to be a hotel, it was only announced recently in 2022. So it's not like it was from the get-go. And like I said, when I was, and in fact, you know, all the brochures and everything shows a hotel there. So that's the interesting thing. And they called themselves having the hotel there. That's why it's very interesting that you knew already that it wasn't going to be, that it wasn't going to have a hotel. That's interesting. So, and then the other part about this is they said there was a permit problem. So I had assumed that the permit problem came up. Then when somebody says, well, they can't build a hotel, I thought that was what was, there was a correlation. So maybe it's 2 different things, but that's cool. Carleone King is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to the name. And in case you don't know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, that means that's a member of the channel. That's right. They can join me on live streams. They receive special messages under the community tab. And they get 1 or 2 videos per month specifically for them. Blessed night, everyone. I got the YouTube notification. That's 5 people with the YouTube notification. And remember, on Wednesday Night Live, ladies and gentlemen, please join us. But it is members only chat on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. with the icon next to their name. So I want to thank you once again for that. So all I can say is the beach is very, very interesting at this point. I mean, I don't know how to take that. I mean, as long as it's going to be a hotel there, that's cool. If they don't, I mean, or if there's not going to be a hotel there and they still have the salon and the infrastructure for the 3 restaurants and the, you know, then it's cool. Who cares? But that is not cool. I mean, I need to get context to what they mean by this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, no, I don't have a brochure for them, which is very, very interesting. I was going to bring up the brochure, but I don't have one. So let me do it this way, because some people may not know what the beach is. Let me see if I have a big enough picture that I can blow up here. Then I can show people what we're talking about. So let's see what we have. Nope, that's not big enough. So we're going to go to the next best thing. So this also, I'm just going to say this also, which is very, very interesting. Oh, they don't even show the hotel in this. Oh, yeah, they do over here to the left. I'm going to talk about something else that happened at the beach. One of the reasons I didn't buy at the beach initially was just this. So when I went out there, then of course I fell in love with Vista Condo. That's the other problem. But the thing is, one of the factors was when I was there, they said, okay, here's what's going to be here. This is what we're going to do. So, but they were, I drove by the beach when I first got there, but didn't go tour or anything. Then the realtor, which was Andrea Rodriguez, she took me around, and then we went to the Vista Cana, and I was like, oh my God, I got the beach and all the amenities at Vista Cana. So then when I went to go look at the beach, now I had a different perspective because they weren't the only ones in town with this man-made beach thing. And so then at the time they started saying, well, this is going to be out here, this is going to be out there. And I said, okay, where's the master plan? Does it show it? And they said no. So when they said no for where's the sports complex, is there going to be any of that, tennis courts, baseball, soccer, anything? Was there going to be restaurants? Well, they're going to be back over here and this, that, and the other. I was like, hold on, you don't have that anywhere. So that's one of the factors why the beach was not very appealing at the time. So over time, I didn't realize they had a 9 sleeper that I wish I would have known it would have been 180 grand, but nonetheless, that 9 sleeper on Airbnb gets you somewhere around $500 to $1,000 per night. And so then it turns out they added the soccer field, the kids area, barbecue, tennis, a few other things that wasn't even mentioned, which now I don't even know if those items are going to come through, but they have them on the master plan now. And so that is one of the things that now we're going to have to take a second look just to make sure everything that they're supposed to have, they actually have. So we'll find out. And Victor Morrell is going to chime in. Again, let me see what he says. Having a hotel means owners may not have control over the HOA fees. Exactly. Having a hotel as part of a project doesn't smell right to me. I know. He's right. I agree. Unless you're talking the management company running a lobby. Yeah, I know. That's what I know. That's why I'm having to take this in as well, Victor Morrell, because I don't understand how you can turn around and wake up and be like, we're not going to have a hotel. So therefore, who's running the lobby or there's not going to be a lobby as far as I'm concerned, right? It's just going to be the condos in the building, and in the building also happens to have a pool, also happens to have 3 restaurants, also happens to have the event center, the salon and spa. I mean, that just seems weird to me. I mean, that just seems weird. I don't know how that would happen and not check people in and not act like a hotel, which is weird. I don't know how it's going to work. So maybe Mr. De La Cruz is still here and owners of the beach have talked about this, and maybe you know what's going on, or has anybody talked about what's going to happen? Because I don't find that very appealing unless you're talking about it. And I also don't find appealing what he said up at the get-go. Having a hotel means owners may not have control over the HOA fees. That's another thing. Because I'm going to say this. There is something to be said about who controls the board on the HOA. Think about this. This has happened all over the United States, all over the world. You have developers create a complex, and then all of a sudden the developers put the people that are favorable to them on the board. They're not going to vote themselves off, and then they make up some stupid nonsense like you can be on the board for like 5 years or something. And so then now everything goes according to the developers, which has no interest from the owners, and the owners are arguing, saying, hey, what's going on? And I'll give you a perfect example. Up in Serrano, where I used to live, this is one of the problems. It was a development built by, I can't remember the developer's name, but anyhow, you're supposed to pay HOA fees. Everybody, whether you have a lot or whether you have a house, okay? That entitles you to vote, all right? Now, here's the problem that came up. Get this. The developers, for like 10 years, 15 years, had 4 or 5 of the positions favorable to the developer. Why? The lots that were not built on, the developer still had. And we're still talking hundreds. So they're voting in the hundreds. But get this, they aren't paying HOA fees. Can you believe it? But yet they're telling owners what to do. And not only that, they sign up for what they call Mello-Roos. Mello-Roos means, in case people are not familiar with this term, you're paying additional HOA fees because they're building a school within a certain area. So you're paying indefinitely at Serrano. Okay, just to give you an idea. For schools that were already built, you're still paying. The guys that own the lots, which are developers, aren't paying. Can you believe this? But they're allowed to vote. This is crazy nonsense. This is the type of stuff that can happen and does happen. And developers keep control for 10, 15 years. This same stuff happens with timeshares. When it's bought out, when a project is bought out, the developer, the timeshare company, gets a board together. They put their 4 or 5 or 6 guys on the board. All the rules are catered towards the developer. To get them removed, you can't, because the developer owns, remember, there's 52 weeks a year. And let's just say there's 10 units. So you can do the math. That's 520 units, 520 votes. And so when they have properties that go into foreclosure, so there could be like 200 properties that are sitting there vacant. The developer gets to use those 200 properties as a vote, plus whatever their board of directors want to try and do. So this comes up a lot. So this is very, very important. We need to know how the HOA now is going to work out. And that's the thing. You got to keep these things in mind. So thank you so much, Victor Marrero, for bringing that up, because now this turns things into a whole nother thing, because clearly owners didn't vote to not have a hotel. Let's just put it that way, because that didn't happen yet. So that means the developer, whatever they're doing, they're the ones that made this decision and had to deal with it. Andy Ortiz, what's happening? And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to your name. Thank you so much for your support. And he says, what's up, everybody? What's up with you? And again, thank you so much for being here. Here we go. Somebody has to pay for those restaurants. They don't run by themselves. They will charge the owners via maintenance fees. By the way, HOR fees are going up in DR. Some are already at $300 a month. Right. This is expected. You know it's expected, because you're building more units, putting stress on the already stressed out electrical grids, putting stress on adding water. You're putting more stress on infrastructure. So therefore, I am not surprised. I expect the HOAs to at least go up 25%. So if it was going to be $1 before, $1.25 per square foot now. I mean, per square meter, right? So I fully expect this to happen, because inflation, no way around it. That's just what it's going to be. But never fret, because with inflation, and you're going to use this as a passive income model, your rent will be at the price of the inflation. So just like in America, where now, the 2-bedroom could be $2,000 per month, right? 2-bedroom condo you can rent it for $2,000 a month in a lot of places, or more, right? So the same rules are going to apply with rentals. Just like everybody on Airbnb, you should have raised your rental rates up dramatically. I'm talking 30%, and you'll still be under the value of the going area. So again, we've lucked out in that way, but that's the reason why you have an asset. Now, back to this, like he says, somebody has to pay for those restaurants. So here's what's going to happen. The person that has the restaurant is going to pay for his restaurant, but the restaurant is in the hotel structure, let's call it. Now, they're using services, they're using part of the electrical grid, they're using part of the water, they're using all this stuff. They're probably going to have to pay for their water and all that stuff. But again, no management other than, I'm assuming, the beach at Punta Cana City is going to be the developer management company. So I don't really know what's going on. Like I said, I'm a little confused. I don't know how you build a project and then all of a sudden say you're not going to have a hotel when that was the whole point. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And what I also don't get is you're going to have management in place. So if you're going to have management in place, then why wouldn't you just have a check-in desk in place? I don't understand. This doesn't make much sense. Because I'm sure homeowners aren't going to be managing the restaurant or the 3 restaurants, the salon, spa, and all that stuff. Somebody has to be managing it. So what's wrong with having a front desk? I mean, come on. What is that? That's nothing. So there must be more to this story, because that makes 0 sense. You would be able to have a management company and they're earning your 30%. I don't understand. It makes 0 sense. And with you being able to rent out properties on site, that means people check in there. And that means you don't have any other thing going on. Like they could be, this is going to bring up where I could actually have a client from the beach. And now you're going to have, you could have 30, 40 different rental agencies. I mean, this doesn't make sense to me. I don't really like this. Well, I'm going to delve into this a little bit more, but this is just bad news. I am budgeting for somewhere between $250 and $350 per month. Yep, exactly. I agree. However, we do not have a lobby and restaurant on the top floor. We also pay for the pool bartenders, so I'm expecting a hit. That's interesting. Marrero, let me know exactly what you mean, because you're saying you're paying for the pool bartenders. In fact, what you're saying is what timeshares do. You're going to be paying, the maintenance fees going to go towards employment for the bartenders, and the pool maintenance, obviously that's part of HOA, but that part, the employment for bartenders or housekeeping is going to be paid, obviously. So that's very interesting. That's very interesting that the company wouldn't include that. That's interesting, but it's not surprising, because like I said, that's what timeshares do. There are actually hotels, and then you have a timeshare where you're charging timeshare owners maintenance fees annually. Meanwhile, the upkeep of the property is supposed to go by the maintenance fees, which they do not. And so there starts to be a situation where they won't refurbish and get new stuff every 5 years or anything like that. So then you start questioning, hey, wait a minute, where's the HOAs going? You're renting out units to non-owners, and now you're having non-owners jack up your place just by simply use of the place. I won't say jack up, just simply by you have more people just coming off the street renting from other locations. And you're running specials to get people here so you can try to sell them the thing. And we're paying for the upkeep as the owners of the timeshare, so they get a free hotel, basically. And we're paying for majority or all of the upkeep. It's a beautiful program. It should be illegal, quite frankly. But hey, this is exactly, they're doing the same playbook apparently. And so all the condo owners are probably just like Morel's saying, even at the beach and all that, they're not going to run a hotel, but guess who's going to be paying for running that hotel, or the non-hotel, so to speak? It's going to be included in your HOAs, and they're going to be paying employees from your HOA fees. So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's why sometimes HOAs overstep their boundaries. But nonetheless, we're talking about profit during a recession, how to make money. It'd be criminal not to mention, once again, crypto. Once again, crypto is being criminal because 99 out of 100 fail. And even though there's no projects, even though there's new projects that come along, it's just a matter of fact, everybody's rushing in, trying to get in on the bottom ground bottom floor and then hope that the price increases, which it does do because you have all the demand from the hype at the beginning. Once the hype subsides, then what do you have? As they say, Warren Buffett says, when the tide goes out, you find out who's not holding anything. And therein lies the problem. When the crypto prices go down, you find out real fast what's happening. And what's happening real fast is project prices drop like a rock. All right, my power nodes. I love these guys to death because they actually talk to you. But just because they talk to me doesn't mean that they're doing the right damn thing. I shouldn't even, but I'm going to get into it for a second. But we have our old friend in the house. Mr. Compensation is here. Uncle E, yes, I'll take it. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And I hope all has been going well with you and fam. So thank you so much for being here. Time to get compensated, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, by the way, check out Mr. Compensation check him out because he needs to make up some new videos. Let's go. All right. How's everything going? Everything's going good, man. I'm doing the SSN Nation road trip. I'm in LA at the moment, so it's the LA edition. All right. So check it out, man. That's what's happening. I'm going to be on the East Coast. I don't know when I get there. All right. All right. That's a good question. Is that part of the club fees that we pay per month or per year? Like Margaritaville, I pay a monthly club fee to cover the bar and pool servers. On top of that, I pay HOA. Exactly, Victor Morero. They have a playbook, and it appears that is going to be the same playbook in Punta Cana or in the Dominican Republic for all these mega resorts. I think they're going to go along these same lines because remember, some of these developers are associated with developers in Orlando area. So it would not surprise me at all because even Vista Cana has already come up with that. Well, I think they're going to do that extra $1,000 so you can be in the beach club or not, which gives you some special privileges. And that goes right along with what you're saying. We're going to pay a club fee of $1,000 extra. And at the beach, I think they have the same thing. So I think that's going to be a thing nowadays. And then you're still going to pay HOAs. But the club fee is a one-time fee, though, if that's what you mean. But you're saying that you're going to actually have HOA and a club fee, which, again, DR could actually do that too. I mean, I have a feeling that that's what we're going to actually be up against. And that also means you want a project that has the amenities to pay for these HOAs because you're going to be able to rent out at a higher frequency than in a place that doesn't have an HOA or a place that doesn't have all the amenities, because this is going to be shaping up an amenities battle. I believe now that because the cost of inflation, the cost of materials and all that has increased greatly, I believe now that deters making all these extra amenities because now your budget is overran. You're just overdoing it way too much, especially if you have 30, 40, 50% increases. All of a sudden, you're like, hey, forget that water park. Hey, forget building that clubhouse over here. Wait a minute, man. We're way over budget, and we only charge these people. They're under contract for 30, 40, 50% less than what it's going to cost us to build this thing. So we got to take some things away. So don't be surprised if other projects end up having to do that, including Vista Cana, all right? Because they have so many amenities, including, like I said, there's a place that has water parks and things like that involved in it. So don't be surprised at all, ladies and gentlemen, if all of a sudden you get stuff like what's happening at the beach. Oh, no, we're not going to have a hotel no more. We're going to do things a little different. Don't be surprised because remember, they sold damn near 3/4 of their project at 30% less than what it's going to cost them to make on paper. So when they sold somebody a one-bedroom condo for $89,000, to make that one-bedroom condo now is like around 120, 112 to 122, but they still you're under contract for the 89. So, and they still are only on like the second set of buildings. So that whole third, fourth phase, fifth phase That costs 30% more. So therefore, what are they going to do? So you guys got to understand, this is what happens when you have inflation. All of a sudden, developers, builders of homes, all of a sudden, this is why they have a problem. All right. Because that contract says you got to build my 1-bedroom for 90 grand, 89 grand. You got to build that 2-bedroom for 126 grand. Well, that 126 grand 2-bedroom is now going to cost me 160 to build, but you're under contract for 129 or 126. You see, that's significant. All right. So how are they going to make up for it? They only have X amount of units left. So you're going to do crazy stuff. That's all I can say. Right. I appreciate you, E. Thank you so much, Mr. Compensation. Like I said, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for the support. Now, I know you, man. Get back to making videos. People need your help. Whether it's the workout thing, whether it's about getting compensated, make it happen. Let's do it. You know how we do this, man. Let's go. All right, Mr. De La Cruz, Eric, I just sent you a private email. I'm not happy with what is going on. Yeah, I'm not either from what you told me. I mean, I got to tell you right now, they're doing exactly what I mean, this is what I'm expecting when there's high inflation kicking in. And Blue Tyrannus, they're not immune. In fact, their project just started when the inflationary situation occurred. And then they found out that they are in the same situation I just described. Things are costing 30% more. So that 189, 179, 3-bedroom, they can't build it for that. They can't build it for that. That's the problem. I'm going to tell you like it is. They're sitting there going, wait a minute. We told these guys 179. Okay, they were going to already make profit. So they go, okay, we know it's going to cost us 100 G's to build it. So we're going to make that 70, 80 G's. That's cool. Now all of a sudden they found out, wait, that 100 G's is going to cost us 130, 140. And we haven't even got to building it yet, which is not going to be built for another year or two. Who knows what it's going to be a year or two from now? But we know this, inflation is going. So if it's going to cost us 130 now, a year from now, it might cost us 150, 160. So now by the time this is built, we only charged them 180 and it's going to cost us 180 to finish this. So what do? You do stuff like this. And I have to admit with you, Mr. De La Cruz, Victor Morero brought up one of the bad things about it, and that is truthfully, if it is a condo hotel, that brings up a situation for purchase a little differently. All right, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, I wouldn't be too happy either. And there's one other thing about Blue Tyrannus. I'm just going to say like it is. I love what the project was showing, but I kept hearing about they're going to change this, they're going to change that, they're going to take this away, that away. And so that was always like in disarray to me. But this place is looking beautiful, but they apparently are changing things. So again, it's hard to recommend going forward when they're changing things. And the same thing with the beach. Now I got to go find out what's really going on with the beach. Wilson Cruz in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And once again, good evening, Mr. Bird, with the tagline and SSN family, I sell money. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You get excited when somebody says I sell money. And that's because he does. He actually gets you loans. He gets you funding for all different type of projects. No project should be undeterred because Mr. Koo can actually get you money, whether you have started a business, whether you just started a business, whether you've been in business and have the revenues coming in or not. And it doesn't matter. It could be real estate. It could be Amazon. It could be any myriad of business opportunities that he can get funding for you. So go check him out. Quick, easyfunds.com. QUIK, E as in Eric, Z as in zebra, funds.com, or send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow, and I will forward your information to Wilson Koo, and he will contact you. That's exactly right. That's my concern, to end up getting something that I didn't sign for. I will raise hell. I will be on fire. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly the problem, because Connor Rock, they've delayed because of the COVID. All that time you signed like 4 years ago, 3.5, 4 years ago, all that time because of the delay, now it costs more to produce the same thing. And we're not talking like 10% more. We're talking damn near 40, 50% more than originally for you. So again, but they're making actual condos with the restaurant, with the pool, bar, and all that. So it's a little different because you don't have all those amenities. I mean, you have the golf course, but that's already there. Unlike my project at Vista Cana, the project at the beach, and Blue Tyrannus, those aren't built. I mean, they're more than just the structure themselves. They got all these amenities that's going to suck the life out of the building project. So it's going to be very, very interesting how this is all going to come down, sadly, but we'll see. I'm not liking it either. We're all going to be upset if we have changes. And I'm surprised, Evening at Victor M, Laverne P, Mr. De La Cruz, Andy O, Leah D, Obsidian, and Wilson Koo showing the love, or the quality can suffer. There you go. Instead of the Italian flooring, you may get the IKEA version. Exactly what's going to happen. Exactly. They have to save themselves. There's just no way around it. I mean, I'm going to use a perfect example. Remember, we had the developer on, the builder, and I believe he was able to build, what was that, a 2,500 square foot villa, and it was going to cost 100 and wasn't it 213,000, I believe. I think that was it. Or was it 113? I think it's 213. So here's the thing. He can't build it for 213 anymore. So he's going to have to raise the price 30% pretty. He's going to have to build it for 250, 260, which now means just like Nana Luxury, they're selling that unit for 369, 399 because they can't sell it for 2 something anymore. So there you have it. That means your villa value increased. But for anybody now that's in the pre-construction mode, now there could be some changes, sadly, which we didn't account for, by the way. Evening at Curtis D. Wilson K. There's some more love. Victor Morero at Wilson Koo. Good evening, sir. Oh my, Wilson Koo says a super sticker's in order. Thank you so much for the donation. I humbly appreciate it. The $3.99. Thank you, Wilson Koo. Much appreciated. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2 hours in. We're almost going to shut down the show, even though we haven't really gotten into how to make money, but we actually talked a little bit about how to make money. But again, how to make money, you're going to need passive income in 2022 and beyond. You can see what we're talking about tonight with regard to the real estate that we have under pre-construction. That's what the developers are having a problem with. We have to pay a certain number. It's costing them 30 to 40% more to produce what they promised us a year ago or 2 years ago. So they have to make changes, but they can't come back to us normally. They can't come back to us and be like, hey, you got to pay an extra 30% or 20%. So they have to take away on the other side. So again, this is what happens when the economy turns into a different animal. And with this lockdown scenario, again, who knows what's going to happen? But again, the future is unknown. But we at least are in the game. Just keep that in mind. All right? Don't give up. So that's what we have to talk about. And oh my, Obsidian Lion, the code keeper, the one that has given me the Sultan of Financial Freedom, the Prime Minister of Financial Freedom title, the Czar of Financial Freedom titles, I appreciate it, also has given a donation. Thank you so much. I humbly appreciate it. And I thank you for your support. Thank you once again. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so here's Obsidian Line, the code keeper. He's putting in the bid. He says, I will match Koo swag with my swag. Thank you so much, Obsidian Line, the code keeper, and has the icon also showing the support that way as well. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to get into how to make money. We talked about it, but not like directly, like most people want, right? You want to be able to just listen and go, okay, let me write this down. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't work that way. I can tell you steps 1, 2, and 3, but the nuances aren't going to be the same for you because you're not in the same timeline as me. So therefore, there is no such thing, no matter who is out here telling you it's 1, 2, and 3. They may have done it 1, 2, and 3, and 4, but you can't duplicate what they really did because you don't know if somebody helped them along the way, which a lot of people won't admit. They won't tell you if there's some backdoor moves that they made. And it's only like one time you could do it because it was some friends of a friend's family or something. So that is one of the reasons. Think about this. Think about this. This is very interesting. Think about this. Out of all the YouTube channels, just YouTube, never mind when you go on Instagram, never mind when you go on Facebook, never mind when you're watching TV and see all these come to our webinars, come to our seminars on TV late night. Explain something. How is it that 10% of the wealthiest still own 89% of the stock market? Explain to me how 10% of the wealthiest still own 70% of the wealth. I'm talking about the wealth of America. In other words, 70% of the population has less wealth combined than the top 10% of the wealthiest. After all these years, all these webinars, all these seminars, you would think after millions of people have bought courses, have went to webinars, went to seminars, have talked and spent hours on consultations and all this stuff, how is it that the top 10% own 70% of combined wealth of the bottom 70%? See, this is one of the things people don't think about. Numbers don't lie. After you have millions of people out here, 100 million people are out of work, but nobody can show up and get hundreds of millions, 50 million, 20 million, 30 million people into the situation that we break this barrier where the top 10% goes from 70% of the wealth down to 50%. After all these years, that ought to tell you something right there, ladies and gentlemen. There's two ways you can look at this. Either somebody is not working hard enough, which is always said when you're selling books and courses and things like that. They're always saying, you must not have worked hard enough. You must not have paid attention. You must not have followed the playbook. It's always put upon the onus of the person. But in fact, it's never put upon the onus of the person that's giving you the information or selling you the information. You're sitting there going, well, you didn't actually help me. You wrote down something, but when I called you up and said, hey, I need some help, I can't get in touch with you, right? All I hear is, oh, you want to be in the inner group, it's going to be an extra whatever. You see, so that ought to tell you all you really need to know, all right? I'm just saying. So you can learn yourself. You can pay these courses. You can pay for books. You can pay for the knowledge that people have to simply speed up some sort of process. But ultimately, it boils down to you. How bad do you want something? All right. And how bad are you willing to work for it? And most people's answer is, I'll go the easy way. I'm going to go work for somebody. I'll take a little bit of money and then I'll put it away into something until that no longer works. Right. Because if banks fail, if these Melvin Capitals of the world fail, what's going to happen? Your money's gone. If Bernie Madoff types show up, money investments are gone. Crypto, you're putting your money into that. They rug pull, your money's gone. Stocks like Hertz files bankruptcy, your money's gone, even though they are regulated. So again, you're at jeopardy all the time. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I know I got to get on the soapbox with that every now and then. All right. Got to. Mr. Cool says, good evening, Mr. Cool. All right. Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool in the house. Trucker Trey. Yo, hi, everyone. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here once again. Obsidian Lion, the Code Keeper, says hi, showing the love. Obsidian Lion, the Code Keeper. That's crazy, Eric. I know, man. I know. It is crazy. The good news is that these projects buy in bulk, and many of them had already purchased the units, flooring, and finishes prior to COVID. Unfortunately, our contracts don't cover the finishes. Exactly. Exactly. So I would not be shocked by any surprises at this point. That's unfortunate, right? Because again, going in a year ago, 2 years ago, we never envisioned inflation would be 30, 40, 50%, nothing crazy like that. So it was built in, no worries. But part of it is this. Here is the beauty of this, ladies and gentlemen. Some people never look at the silver lining. Here's the silver lining. The fact of the matter is, because inflation has went up, everybody who has a contract, you definitely have an increased asset value. All right, just keep that in mind. You have an increase in price. You just don't know what it is yet until they finish the project, but some of you may be pleasantly surprised when it's done. You might be sitting on 50 equity, 50K equity, 100K equity, 150K equity, 200K equity. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So don't be surprised that you have some sort of equity scenarios. All right. That is going to be awesome for you in the end, because inflation breeds asset value increase. All right. So don't think it's all bad, even though we're talking about the bad and the downside of what's happening. Don't be confused here. All right. Now, there's also something else that is the upside. Remember, you're in a high value area, high demand area. So just like what happened with the lady who bought in 2006 or 7, when she bought her 2-bedroom condo for $264,000, and that condo, after they built it, she could not sell it for $264,000. The reason, they built other projects, and then of course 2008 and 9, everything crashed. So now all of a sudden her condo's worth $100,000, actually less, because they sell 2-bedroom condos less than 100 yards away for $70,000. So needless to say, everybody's offering her $75,000 across the street from the beach, $50,000, $100,000, $125,000. She's like, I'm never selling. But again, here's the moral of the story. She didn't have to sell, because seeing that she's in the high rent area, she was still able to make money anyhow. So she never had to sell. She just said, I'm waiting for the 265. Apparently somebody offered her 265, because now she's across the street from the beach, 2-bedroom place. Now it's valued higher now, even though it took 12 years, 13 years. But the fact of the matter is, she still made passive income the whole 12, 11, 12, 13 years. And so it doesn't really matter if you're buying it for a rental, especially vacation rental, because you will still be making passive income. It's not what the value of the property is in reality. It's what you can rent it for. And as we know, you guys know that the rent values are getting higher as we speak due to inflation. So something we thought we might have to only rent for $120 a night, hell, we might be able to rent it now for $250 a night, $350 a night. That's the beauty of it. So don't think it's all bad. I just want to let you know. All right. And Victor Morrell is exactly right. They did buy in bulk, because at the beach, I walked in the beach when they had the model unit when I was there. And I said, hey, I went to Whiteside. This looks exactly just like their flooring, just like their countertops, just like all that. And they go, oh, yeah, we're associated with Whiteside. I think it was Whiteside Villas, whatever that project was. So once again, these guys are interconnected. So Morero's right. In some of the instances, they already had it in a warehouse for multiple projects. Developer has multiple projects, so he already has the doors and some of the infrastructure that he bought when the prices were lower 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That is true. But again, Morero, I would be surprised if they didn't. The Vistacana, the Panorama Crew, and a lot of those guys, they already bought theirs also. So that's what I expect. But any new project that started in the last like 7-8 months to a year, they might be into the we're buying the stuff now. And that means 30% increase, 40% increase in materials. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours, 9 minutes in. And I'm going to actually run a promo so I can get a drink of water, which, why don't I just do that now? I don't have to run the promo. How about that? All right. Now, 2 hours and 10 minutes in, and I just want to say, now, crypto. There are lots of projects, so you're going to have to beware. You're going to have to be leery. I do have the baked beans from Professor Auntie Val. I do have a link for Ruby Mines, Professor Auntie Val. And the thing I have to admit, Ruby Mines, they're mining AVAX. That's a major coin. That's a little different. I like that. I haven't really looked at it, but I just looked at it briefly. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I like that. That's cool with me, but let's get real. AVAX was 100. It's down to like 75. It has decreased just like every other coin. So again, it seems that this volatility just won't shake the crypto market. And we don't really want volatility unless we're like traders. Yeah, we love it because if it's 75 today and it goes up 20% and it's 85 next week, well, you make money short term. So you would just buy it, trade out of it if that's what you're into. So that's an option, but we like projects that are sustainable. And so far, no project has proved that they're sustainable at a high level. The winner last year was Strong Block. But again, that's because so many people was moving into it. And then now when all of a sudden the prices start going down, there's a bear market, their price went down. They were the last almost, along with Drip Network. They were like one of the last projects that their prices were holding until all of a sudden they had to break. And that's just the way things are. But are you willing to invest in crypto now at high risk maneuvers? Right? That is the biggest question of all. And by the way, there's something I may not have talked about. There was this thing because I'm in power nodes, right? And their prices dropped like a rock. You guys know I bought it at $27. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's under $1. Crazy. Anyhow, there's another powerful dragons. They use power as their name because they allow you to buy their NFTs in power, which in theory would help the power project, right? The power project said, okay, that's cool you use that name, but we don't want to join in a venture with you. And I was like, are you kidding me? So some guys off the street who are doxxed, by the way, some guys off the street making an NFT project using your name and willing to use your token to buy the NFT, you say no? I'm like, that's a demand. What are you talking about? That means people would have to buy the power token in order to buy the NFT. That gives your token demand. I said, and those guys say they want to give out staking. You already have staking. So this would have been a perfect thing. You could have also made your power NFT marketplace, and then you could have sold in your marketplace not only powerful dragons, but any other NFT project you wanted to join in and offer somebody to sell the power token. They gave you a lifeline. Now, this was a month ago that this conversation was going on with them and myself. And the guys were like, no, we're going to do it our way. That's when the coin was like, I don't know, $5, $6 a token or something. So now that it dropped down to under $1, it was like 95 cents today. And they're talking about sliding tax scales. You know what a sliding tax scale is? This is like a tax system that a government uses. So the more money you make, progressive tax, the more money you make, the more you pay in tax is what like a California, Arizona type taxation situation is, right? Except in crypto, what it means is if I buy the crypto today and then the price goes up 50% and I want to sell it tomorrow, they're going to tax me more because I held the token less days. So, in other words, they're talking about some ungodly thing like 60% if you sell the token within 7 days. I'm just like, governments do this crap. And when governments do this crap, the currency goes to zero 100% of the time. This is why the American government is 30 trillion plus in debt. I said, this is not what crypto was supposed to be. You're taxing people because they want to sell it. Why would a person buy in the project then? Now, this is a current conversation. Why would people buy in the project if they know if they buy in the project and the price shoots up 10 times, 20 times, you're going to tax them 60% because they sell within 7 to 14 days? And then if they sell in 30 days, you're going to tax them 40 or 30%? I go, come on, man. Yeah, this will make people want to buy the token, but joining with powerful dragons and using your token to buy the NFT, you don't want to do that, but you want to tax people your own token money. I mean, that doesn't make sense. That's what governments do. That's why their currency goes to zero, and that's why they're all in debt. So that means, how do I sell all my nodes? That's what that means. Because if you're going with this situation, clearly the token price is going to keep dropping like a rock. Because you don't have any utility. You don't have any demand for the token, no reason for people to buy it. Sliding tax scale, that's your answer? Great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough with the conversation. This is Business Talk 101 right now. Let me know what you guys think, because no projects are out here. They're all over the place. They're all failing as far as I'm concerned. I mean, most people, the Dow project's failing because most people have lost 95% or more. We're approaching 98, 99% losses here on life support. That's what we're talking about here. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. You're right. That's why I got out of Cardano for a while. Obsidian Line, the code keeper, you have to get out of Cardano. They missed all their deadlines for years. They said, oh, we're going to have this come out last summer. Did they? No. They said this previous summer, we're going to have this come out this summer. It's all been hype. All hype, just so people can keep buying their token or their coin. And crypto is getting to be almost so scammy that it's almost like, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to this. Let's talk about this. SSN Lifestyle members. There's going to be something, because you can create your own crypto. Let's just face facts. And unfortunately, here's the thing. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance, I don't like that they charge fees, right? Now I find out why a lot of projects use Binance Smart Chain. The reason why is because once you create your token, all right, hear me out. Once you create your token, guess what? It's automatically going to be on Pancake Swap, so you can swap it. So now you actually have a way to sell your for people to buy your token. That is pretty major. So that explains why people are on the Binance Smart Chain, because you automatically get that extra bonus of having a Pancake Swap. Add your token. You can add your token from Pancake Swap. So now you're liquid. All right. Just saying. All right. So just letting you know, that's one of the reasons why BUSD, farmers, no surprise. BUSD, copycat of Drip Network, no surprise. Now I understand why people are doing that Binance chain, because, and also it only costs you pennies. And okay, pennies as in $20, $50, $100 to have it minted, your tokens and all set up. Simple. It's not expensive, unlike Ethereum or Bitcoin. So just letting you know, this is why you have a lot of projects opening up on other chains. In fact, you got like Polygon also with low fees and entry points. But one of the caveats of the Binance is you automatically get your token is added into the Pancake Swap exchange. That's major, but that doesn't mean much, especially if your token or coin isn't sustainable in the first place. That just means it's a money grab. All right. I just have to give you the warnings and let you know what's going on. I'm listening. I'm sitting in line, the code keeper. That's right. Yeah. So sooner or later, SSN Lifestyle is going to have some crypto too. Hey, we got to get in on some crypto, but we're using crypto as a sustainability project, something totally different. I wish I would have had that powerful Dragons deal. I'm going to tell you right now, because that right there, they are giving you a lifeline to buy their NFTs that they're producing. They're staking the NFTs, and that's another thing. The powerful dragons, they're not doing it yet. They're trying to be like the neighbors, where you hold it and you're earning a percentage, but they don't have the infrastructure for staking. Let's just call it what it is. All right. Thank you, E. You're welcome. I'm sitting in line, the co-keeper, and thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it again, man. Much appreciated for that and your support. And also, just keep that in mind. We're going to make some things happen that's going to be off the charts. Again, SSN Lifestyle is just what we call beginning. It's not even nowhere near conclusion. So there's going to be some other things, because you'd be remiss if you don't include some sort of crypto situation. And actually, some new things just popped up. And by the way, Founders Club membership does cost $24.99 now. That means $2,499. But that has a special meaning and some other things. So I'm going to be talking about that from now on. I've been going away from that. And I'm probably going to start running some videos on the SSN Lifestyle channel, because it actually does have residual revenues possibly coming in. There is a bonus pool involved, and things are going to be like off the charts. It took me a second because I had to redo some things, but we're still live. And again, there is passive income in a bonus pool if you're an active participant. So keep that in mind. We're doing things a little bit different. There are YouTubers going on about Shiba Inu, might be going through a burn. Yeah, Shiba Inu is going to burn. Whenever you burn in crypto, in theory and in actuality, that creates an increase in price generally. It's basically, you're just cutting your currency in half or a third or whatever they're going to burn, right? You're just burning your currency. So one minute you have 1 million coins. The next minute you go, oh, well, we're going to burn 25%. So we only have 750, supply and demand. So that creates the supply is reduced, hoping that the demand increases. So that in turn increases demand of the coin price. It's simple, but it's artificial. They're manipulating the price increase. That's all it is. Until, again, unless you have continued demand after you do the burn and everybody gets excited, then what? So you're going to have an up, and then all of a sudden it'll start coming back down again, because once that up happens, now are you still going to have the same amount of people buying? No, you're going to have less people buying. So therefore the coin price will start dipping back down again. This is supply and demand, simple mathematics. And just like I told the power team, I said, dudes, this is mathematics. You're trying to create something that you're not fooling mathematics. This is how it works. The stock market, and you guys are doing the same thing that the stock market would do. You got the guys that pump stocks, people buy them, high demand, then they stop buying them, and then the price comes back down. Same thing. Same thing. I mean, Beanie Babies, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So once you understand that, then you start realizing most of these projects don't even care about trying to be sustainable. They're just sitting there going, okay, we have demand, and they're thinking the demand is because they opened up shop, and they think the demand is there because of that, when in reality, the demand is there because you opened up shop and it's crypto. And you told people that you're going to give them 10%, 7%, 6% of the coin price. So now people can't leave their money in a bank. So you're hitting that sweet spot. And if you have 100,000 people or 50,000 or 20,000 or 5,000 or even 1,000 saying, I'm going to buy, then the price goes up. But it's not sustainable because now you're going to need the same amount of people to continue to buy. It's just simple. It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it works. No matter what project, no matter what you're selling, it all works the same way, right? That's just how it goes. It doesn't matter if you're on Amazon. Andy Ortiz, he's on Amazon. He can only sell his products if there's somebody else selling a product. He can only sell product when it's in demand. If nobody wakes up and doesn't want to buy his product, then he can't sell that product. That's how simple it is. Anybody that sells any product, if you don't have demand for it, then you're not going to sell it. Just like Stop Struggling Now gear, t-shirts. You got to go to the stopstrugglingnow.com website and you can buy one of the t-shirts, right? Now, we're going to sell t-shirts. We sell t-shirts, but it's not like we have 1,000 people trying to buy t-shirts or any of the hats and all that. So we're not going to be selling that many because we don't have the demand for that many. You see what I'm saying? So no matter what you're selling or product, service you're selling, you need demand. And without setting that up, you're not going to be able to do anything. And crypto makes demand. As soon as somebody says there's a new coin, there's demand. But here we go. I wanted to do it this way. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me get back to something. Let me see. Okay, I got the beach up. Here, let me do it this way because I just want to show people that he's exactly right. Here's the beach, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one you can see in the far upper left-hand corner. That was supposed to be Condo Hotel. So in other words, they have units in the hotel and on the left-hand side, and now they decided not to run it as a hotel. All right. So I don't really know what that means, but here's what I wanted to do. Shiba Inu, just so he knows. So you'll get an idea. I'm pretty sure it's going to be burned. Here we go. Shiba Inu owners flock to burn portal with 11 billion tokens removed. Jesus, how many tokens do they have? That's crazy. 15 hours ago. So they already burnt. So have been burned since the portal started operation on Sunday. This amounts to just over 251,000. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in real time. In real time, let's just go check out what happened, right? Let's go look at this. APR, 9%, blah, 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 blah. Shiba has lost 5.3 in the past 24 hours. There you go. All right, let's go look it up. Coin price. Let's see. Normally in a burn, price increases, but they have so many zeros after the dot. Here we go. See, this is this thing right here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is about making money, but this is also about trying to do your own research and do your own due diligence, right? Now, I want you to see something here. Look at this. This says $1. All right. So let's go look at the market cap, shall we? Okay, so it is up today. All right, so a burn usually does do that. So I was kind of surprised that when it said it went down. But anyhow, nonetheless, see, they still have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in front of it. Now, we talked about Shiba Inu, I don't even know, 6 months ago or something. So at the time, let me see, 1, 2, 3, they still only had, oh, that's 1 month ago. At one point, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. And I believe we were talking about it when it had 6 zeros. Whether it had, it was 7.7 or 9.5 or whatever, it had 6 zeros, I believe. That's when you would have bought like even $20 worth would have been like 2 million tokens or coins, right? $50 would have been like 5 million, something like this. So that's the risk you want to take. Just because you burn tokens and just because somebody says that it's going to be $1, but if it's going to be $1, you're going to have a market cap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to have to times your market cap by like 5. What is that? 50,000. Here's their market cap, 14 million. All right. So this would be into something. In fact, hold on. Let's do this. The market cap would have to be something off the charts. Oh, hold on. Let me see what it's going to be. Calculator. I think I'm going to be pretty close, but let's just see what it comes out to if I'm right. Let me see something. 50. Where is it? 50. And then we'll wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, after this discussion, unless somebody else wants to talk about something else. 50 times 14. I'll just do this. What is that? 141, 1.4, 14. Damn, they don't have that. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, whatever. What's this number? All right. Yeah, this gets into trillions. All right. 7 trillion, I believe that is. You would have to have a market cap of 7 trillion. So all I'm trying to say is, in order, when people put up these articles talking about this stuff is going to be $1, the odds of it getting sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The odds of getting there is slim to get to 7 trillion, right? And it looks like I had this little interference today. So I was running 480p apparently. Anyhow, sorry about that. So I'm going to have a bad video afterwards. But nonetheless, you're going to have to be in like either 7 trillion or 70 trillion. All right. Just to give you guys an idea about that. Now, after I mistakenly hit the wrong button, it's bound to happen. Let me go back to this. The calculator. All right, let's go look at this. Let's go look at this. Let's go look at okay, fine. Let's go here. Here you go. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Oops, guess we can't get there. Okay. Bitcoin price, 40,000. All right. Coin market cap. Okay. Here is Bitcoin's market cap. All right. So Shiba Inu, 7 trillion. I don't see how this is going to occur. All right. You would have to surpass Bitcoin for starters. All right. Then you're going to have to surpass ETH. All right. So those two combined, you're going to have to pass both of them combined. And then I don't even know who number 3 is. So I'll just pull out BNB for all I know. Let's go find out. It's probably there. Who knows what their ranking is? But here we go. Here, this is so Add in BNB. I think they're number 4. So, but anyhow, all I'm trying to explain is you guys can figure this out, right? For them to get to 7 trillion, which is $1, let's say, that's not going to happen. All right. Let's just face facts. So BNB was number 4, by the way. So you would have to have damn near the top probably 30 or 40 coins compared to make that happen. But anyhow, let me know what you guys think. All right. I'm just giving you numbers and something to think about. So there are people here talking about Shinu, Ibu, whatever. NU is going to be, Shiba Inu is going to be $1 in 2, 3, 4 years. Well, okay, let's just say it could happen. And with that happening, that means there's going to have to be usage of it on a blockchain, on their blockchain, with transactions that will be able to accept their blockchains in the thousands, if not millions. I don't believe they're set up for that, because no blockchain right now is set up for millions of transactions per second. So let's get real. All right. You guys got to understand, this is like pipe dreams, damn near. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just that the numbers out there mean 7 trillion or 70 trillion, whatever the number is. That's outrageous. In fact, let me do it a different way, because I actually want to know what the number is. 50,000 times, what was that? 14 mil? Let's see what it is. It's 700. I must be missing. Hold on. It's either 7 billion. No, 7 trillion. It's close. If I'm 7 trillion is right, it can't reach that number. That's all I'm trying to say. So you guys can do your own due diligence for that. All right. So, but again, you guys got to understand, people are paid to shill Shiba Inu. People are paid to shill cryptocurrency. I get emails all the time where people say, hey, we'll pay you to do a 30-second video. We'll pay you to do a 1-minute video. We'll pay you to do whatever for these cryptos. And I'm sitting there like, I'm sorry, unless I believe in it, you wouldn't even have to pay me, quite frankly. But the thing is, I don't do that. So that's what you have to keep in mind. A lot of this hype is all based on needing more people to buy in. And I'm going to tell you guys one other thing. There's a reason why Warren Buffett, there's a reason why his buddy Munger, there's a reason why certain of the billionaires and millionaires don't like cryptocurrency. And that's because you always have to have demand for the currency. So when people are out here holding Bitcoin events, Ethereum events, and any other type of events, that is always to sign up other people into that coin. All right. So you have to keep these things in mind. And then they will talk bad about all the other coins, because they realize if they say another coin is good, that means people will not buy into their coin. So they can't sit there and say another coin is good. They're saying all the altcoins are what people call the SHIT coins, right? When in fact, they could be good coins, but most people know Bitcoin and Ethereum, so they're into that. And then when you go to their symposiums and their seminars and all that, they, down other projects, even though you guys are smart enough to know Bitcoin and Ethereum can only do so many transactions on their blockchain per second. Well, Bitcoin, everybody knows, only does seven transactions a second. So that can't even be used. And then they said, well, we have layer 2. So once you understand, you're really going to, put something on top of another and then come down on the other side. You still can't change the timing unless your other thing can do millions of transactions per second. That would help. But when you drop it back on the blockchain, then what? So again, this is what you have to think about when it comes to crypto. And that's why crypto is very, very risky. You got to do your own due diligence. But unfortunately, even doing your own due diligence doesn't lead to sound fundamental things, because crypto is not sound and fundamental. And again, that's why Munger and Buffett and all those guys don't like crypto, because there is nothing backing it in reality other than electricity, right? There's crypto that's trying to come out with backing by maybe real assets. But then again, what is that? You could have just had group investing in the first place on Kickstarter or something. So think about it, all right? Just think about it. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And that's why those guys do that. Now, I like crypto, but I want to see sustainability. And it's not, you got to take a risk, but you use the money you can lose. All right. Because somebody said something to me again. I told you guys I'm having a conversation with the power guys, right? And he said, because people are upset that they bought power for like $40, even higher than me, $40, $50, $30. And it's down to under 95 cents, right? So people are naturally complaining. That's over 99% loss. And then the guy says, one of the guys that's involved, he says, well, I don't know why people are complaining, because they shouldn't have sold their house and put in their life savings and put in their money. And that's when I said, hold on, wait a minute. Actually, it doesn't matter what the person's put in. The people believed in your project, so they put their money in. You don't know if they used and sold their house, or if they used their little bit of money that they can throw away. But actually, it's regardless of that. You receive money based on their belief in you. So you are a steward to try and make sure that they turn a profit. So sitting here acting like, well, they should have just used money that they could have lost. I'm sitting there like, where can I sell all my nodes with that kind of nonsense? Because you collected money based on the fact people believed in you. And now you're going to sit here and go, well, you should have only put in what you could afford to lose. Some people believed in you. They might have said, hey, I'm going to put in 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand. So for you to have that point of view when you are associated with this project, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. That's not right. So think about it. This is some of this mentality out here when people are creating crypto and you're doing a startup, because that's basically what all these projects are. They're startups, whether it's an NFT project talking about they're going to make a play to earn game, whether it's nodes that say they're going to do a blockchain or make a game. All of this, you're basically being a startup. And in case anybody doesn't know, even though Silicon Valley is the golden place for startups in the real world, for stock market and all that, you guys don't understand. 99% of startups fail. All right. They're not immune either. Even though they have the backing of billionaires and millionaires and people giving them millions of dollars, 9 out of 10 fail. All right. Just to give you an idea, never come to fruition. So just keep this in mind. But you got to do your own due diligence. And that is part of how you make money. All right. So keep that up. Keep that in mind. All right. He says, finally home from work. Let's go. Drip Animal Farm has been listening the whole time. But thank you so much. We're almost about to end this because it's 2 hours and 43 minutes. I'm well past my due date for this. I'm overdue. And he says, excellent content. Once again, thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream officially with the icon. And if you guys have anything to say and want to talk about, please. I've been talking on a rant a little bit because there's certain things that are going on, and the mentality in this crypto space is starting to be a little bit disgusting. All right. Because we're having all these copycats. Just like the COTPS has a copycat. Instead of 3% daily, they're giving out 6% daily. You're having all these DAOs that were copycats. And again, they lost 99 or 95% of their values. You have these node projects also 90, 95% of their value. I mean, this is getting ridiculous when you really think about it. All right. Drip Animal Farm, diamonds, gems, paper hands, or is it golden hands? All right. Okay. Yes. Here we go. Yeah. Crypto Shiba Inu. Hey, man, it is what it is. If you invested enough in Shiba Inu and it moves over 2 or 3 digits, then yes, you get to make a few $1,000s if you invested enough. If it moves over 5 digits, that 2 million, let's put it this way, that $20, if it gets to 1 cent, 1% of 2 million, 20 grand, you'll take that. If it gets to 10 cents, you'll take the $200,000 on a $20 investment. And if it did get to $1, you'll take the 2 million. Simple, right? You're not going to mind that. Diamond hands is what he says. Your information. Thank you so much. And by the way, the diamond hands, that's what it is. It's got to be that way if you believe in it, like Shiba Inu. A lot of people believe in it. A lot of people promoting it. They just burned. So apparently they're not going to be like Doggy Coin. These guys are going to be involved, right? So just keep that in mind. You just never really know. So just like when Bitcoin came out, nobody knew that little 3 cent, 2 cent thing was going to turn up to be 40 G's. And there's several other projects that, like Ethereum, 2,000, 3,000 for their coin, right? Nobody knew that. BNB's up to 400. Who knows, right? ApeCoin. 1 out of 99 startups make it. 100K per investment. Curtis Davis giving you some facts, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. And that's why some of these projects started investing in other protocols. But unfortunately, the other protocols prices go down too. So then what? So that's not sustainable. So just keep this in mind. We're making money, but you make your money by when you're making your investment, and you also make money with money management, right? Because if you did do 100% of your investment in one of these projects and then it drops 90%, you just lost 90% of your investment. Versus if you took 10% and put it here, 5% and put it in there, diversified, that we always talk about, 3% there, all 3 of them can go down, or maybe one of them stays alive and then you're still able to recoup. But you got to be diversified, and you can't just do crypto. You got to be in stocks. You got to be in real estate. You got to be in different things, starting your own businesses, be an affiliate marketer, starting all kind of different things. Sign up with SSN Lifestyle. All right. You guys are going to have a blast. So I keep saying it, and it's in its infancy as well. So just check it out. The Founders Club is major. All right. Because you get so many bonuses. That's ridiculous. But now I'm going to have to deal with the beach, because that's part of the Founders Club members and the Premier Club members. They get a potential to make passive income because they'll be able to rent out. They'll be able to use a calendar where they can promote themselves for something they don't own, and they'll be able to receive commission for it. All right. So it's a little bit different than most of these little things. And yes, you do receive commission if you have people join. So that's cool too, but that's not the focal point here. The focal point is for you to receive passive income, and ways for you to receive the passive income, and simply being in the project, as I call it, even though it's not a project, but being in it, you simply will receive passive income from the bonus pool, depending on your levels. This is not the same thing where you go, well, you got to sign up 5 people, then you get a bonus pool, or you got to sign up 20 and then you get something. No, simply by signing up, we're giving back. That's how it works. And that's how companies should always work, quite frankly. Because of you is how things are going to go. SoFi stocks down due to student loan pause, but short interest high. Exactly. 20% is the short interest in SoFi, as somebody said on Wednesday night, which is awesome. That means, in fact, let me see if I can pull this up, because people are looking for it to get populated. Populated. Let me see if I can get it. Short interest, 129 million shares, which is 20.59%. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. And a float of 17%. Off exchange is 39%. What the frick? This can't be. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this just can't be. Hold on a second. This can't be. This can't be. Fintel.io, ladies and gentlemen. Here, dark pool. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of making money, Curtis Davis bought a gym. He mentioned it on Wednesday. He's mentioning on Money Making Mondays as well. So here's the thing. See this off exchange short volume, 35%? FINRA, dark pool money. In case you don't know, there's a dark pool, ladies and gentlemen. And there's 5,819,000 shares on the dark pool that they don't want you to know about. Okay. Short interest on to the general public, 18%. So anyhow, 20% is what they said, but actually short volume ratio, 35%. That's significant. Actually, anything over 20. In fact, hold on. I'm going to do something else because a lot of you might be familiar with this. I know we're almost getting into 3 hours, but check this out. Let me see GameStop, right? I mean, did I not have this right? I guess I don't have, let me, hold on. Did I not have this right? That's funny. I don't have it right. So I'm going to do it this way. What did I do? You guys know I sold GameStop because we were able to get GameStop at $5 or $6 back in the day. What's going on here? What's going on? It's not bringing it up. I don't know why. But they ban it or something? Yeah, of course. Okay. Let's go this way. Google will just tell us. I don't know why I'm messing around. But nonetheless, here's GameStop, 20% also. So that just gives you an idea. GameStop still has off exchange short volume 62%. That's crazy. Short interest 20. So they're around 20 still too. So again, SoFi's on that. And by the way, SoFi, let's see what they're at. Oh, under $7. It's $6.55, and it went up 2% today. Here we are, down almost 7% in the last 5 days, almost 8%. Their all-time low is $6.23. And I guess I should give disclosures. I bought on Friday, and I think it was $6.25 a share. All right. I think that's what it was. So I had to get some more. Did you speak on dividend stocks, ORC, etc.? No, I haven't, because we got to make money. And ORC is a dividend stock, ladies and gentlemen. The stock actually increased. That means we're around 17% on our money. Let's see. 18.31% on dividends for ORC, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for bringing it up, Mr. Financial, letting people know this is how we do it. 18% per year. If you can get 20% on your money, come on. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. 18%, 19%. This keeps you above inflationary rate so far. But that is significant. That is huge. All right. So we're talking about stock market. It's ORC. And then we're talking about ANGC. So it looks like, let me see if I have any messages here. No. Okay. AGNC actually went up today, but here's 12.34%, ladies and gentlemen. Just to give you an idea, this is what we do here, right? We help you make money at all times. So if you believe the stock market's going down, you might as well lock in your dividend rate. Now, the only problem is in a bear market, they might stop their dividends. Yes. Did you see UVXY jump 8% midday? Yes, until the plunge protection team showed up. The plunge protection team showed up, and then all of a sudden they reversed the stock market. So yeah, it went up 8%, and then it dropped back down. But that's our life here with the Federal Reserve and the International Monetary Fund. They like to do these manipulations by making last minute injections and buying up stock. So quite frankly, full disclosure, bought more UVXY and more VIXY today, even after it was going down. All right. So just letting you know, full disclosures once again. It's real out here in the field. You make adjustments. I believe the stock market's going down this year. So I figured I might as well get in early while these things are like $15, $16. You know what I'm saying? All right. That's the way to do it. All right. So we're going to wrap this up because it's 3 hours, ladies and gentlemen. I went over and it's almost midnight. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And you know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to make sure we make money by any means necessary and different in a variety of ways. That's why we have to stay diversified. That's why we have to talk about crypto and its pitfalls, stocks and its pitfalls, real estate and its pitfalls, everything. When you make investments, you have to do your own due diligence. You just can't sit there and have rose-colored glasses on and think just because you made the investment, everything's going to go up. That's not how investing works. We cannot win them all, ladies and gentlemen. And furthermore, remember, the top 1%ers and the top 10%ers, they don't lose. All right? And that's why they have control of most of the wealth. And so therefore, you should be following their footsteps. You should be paying attention to what they're doing. The real guys out here. You shouldn't be paying attention to these guys. Hey, I'm included. You're supposed to check on what I'm telling you. You're supposed to study and look up what I'm telling you. Just enhance your knowledge. Even though I show you Google and I'm showing you this stuff because that's different than what most people do. They just tell you. I'm trying to show you the information so you know it's true. But you still have things that fall through the cracks, right? So therefore, you have to do your own due diligence, study up yourself, learn a little bit more, because these NFT things, those are going to be interesting as well, because as long as people believe in them, then they have value. As soon as people don't believe in them, then they don't have value. And then if you know 50% of them, people have lost their link, then you find out, hey, there's a problem, right? No matter how much you believe in these things. So again, you should only buy what you feel is necessary for you. Some people think they will buy an NFT $1 million. Some people think an NFT for $2 is good for them. It all depends on you. All right. So look who has showed up in the house. Professor Auntie Val, thank you so much for being here. And with the heart and with the strength and support, thank you so much. We're about to end the live stream. I did receive your baked beans. I did receive the ruby mines. I'm going to be talking about those on Wednesday. That is crypto, ladies and gentlemen. And please join us for the Wednesday night live stream at 8:50 p.m. All right. And Professor Auntie Val, once again, very nice to see you with the icon in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday. Hopefully your trip is going well. All right. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.